immigration law. If you're in the country legally, you're not off the table. And as Commissioner Scott says, I would take advantage of CBP Home Act. Leave on your own. Leave yourself an opportunity to come back to this country in a legal way. We're the most given nation in the country. We welcome more refugees in this country than anybody. Leave the country on your own and try to come back under a legal program. Because we have to seek you out, find you, and deport you. There are statutory bars that prevent you from ever coming back in this country. So do the right thing. Get your affairs in order and go home. It's the most humane thing to do.
Gentlemen, thank you. If you'll indulge me, I have a couple of questions. I'll get this opportunity again. But Commissioner, I wanted to find out how many people have taken advantage of the self-deportation now. Do you have any stats?
Right now, there's going to be a news
Mr.
conference.
Ullman,
We had a news conference a couple of hours ago from the mayor of Providence, who basically told us that 2 people were dead, 8 are in the hospital, and that people are to shelter in place. This is breaking news to Providence. Police are responding right now to this active shooter situation. They are continuing to search for the gunman who is still on the loose. All we know is that he opened fire at about 4 o'clock this afternoon. He exited the building on the Hope Street side wearing black. We know now that they are going to be releasing some video, and we are hoping that that will maybe show us an image of this person. Initially, they had taken a person, questioning a person. That person turned out to not be involved in this. So we thought at first that they caught the gunman, but they have not caught the gunman.
Yeah, there was a report early on that a suspect was in custody. That is not the case,
right.
And that has put the wheels in motion to everything that's happening now, and a lot of unease, a lot of unsettled feelings for people who are wary and nervous about what is happening in their community as a mass shooter took the lives of 2 and wounded 8 others. And there's just, the hard thing is there's not a lot of information. It's not over.
Jay, has Jake Tapper come out and declared that it was a Trump-supporting white guy?
Over, but hopefully the next step is more information that can lead to the suspect to hopefully at least end the nervous feelings and but it could. We've seen these situations before. It could take days.
It could take days, yeah. And law enforcement wants us to let you know that they can't do this alone. They need you to call in if you witnessed anything. If you saw the gunman, if you saw someone running, if you recognize the person, if someone around you has.
They're currently going door to door in every house, every dorm, everywhere they can, sweeping all the neighborhoods and streets. The area has been on lockdown for 5 hours.
We posted things on social media. We don't know anything about this suspect, whether it was a student or not. We don't know if the person had to get access to that engineering building or not. And you don't want to speculate too much. A lot of these mass shootings that happen on college campuses are students, but Brown University has a high profile as an Ivy League institution. It's been in the news for various reasons. Again, you don't want to speculate, but there are all kinds of questions here that are yet to be answered. And we're unclear at this point if authorities are going to have any more of that information. Was there a badge swipe that they know of the person went into the building? How was the person armed? All we know is that it was a firearm at this point, as we talk about mass shootings and whether it was an assault rifle or how it happened. And now we're going to, I'm sure, have all kinds of debates now about what could happen, in terms of how to prevent this kind of thing. We've talked about how students at universities, elementary schools, high schools, for years now have unfortunately had to train on this in their schools. You hope it never happens. Unfortunately, it has now.
Yeah, we know the police have been training on this. So again, if you are watching us, we are continuing to cover this mass shooting at Brown University. 10 people shot by a person wearing black in the engineering building at Brown University. He exited the building on the Hope Street side and just took off on foot. And now, right now, police are searching for that person. They're going through social media. They're going door to door in that whole neighborhood and looking for students who have been sheltering in place, who need to be evacuated. They have brought in some ripped-up buses, and they've loaded up several of those buses to move students out of that area. We want to go live now because we hear that the officials, Mayor Smiley and other police officials, are coming into the scene to give us an update on what happened today and what they've learned in the last 5 hours that we've been covering this.
Yeah, and the gentleman on the right with the glasses is Providence Deputy Chief Tim O'Hara, the head of the Rhode Island State Police, Darnell Weaver there, Mayor Brett Smiley, Governor Dan McKee. Let's hear from the mayor who's stepping to the podium now, Attorney General Peter Neronha as well.
Yes, Rhode Island. Brown University, yes, Maggie. Two dead, 7 or 8 critical, last I heard.
Good evening, everybody. Again, I'm Providence Mayor Brett Smiley. We're here to provide an update on the ongoing investigation from this afternoon's horrific attack and terrible act of violence in our community. In just a moment, we'll hear from our governor, Governor Dan McKee, and from Brown University President Chris Paxson. Then there are other officials, including and especially law enforcement officials, who are here and able to answer questions. But the three of us will be the only formal speakers, and then we'll take all of your questions and continue to try to be as transparent as possible. As I mentioned at the earlier update, this is an evolving situation, and there are details that are subject to change, and so we want to continue to recognize that we're not done yet, and so we will continue to update, and please bear with us if we learn more or if there are additional details. One of the new details that I'm sorry to have to share is that there is one additional victim of today, so now there are 9 injured individuals. There was one additional victim who had left the scene. It was not a gunshot wound. The individual learned that they had received fragments from the shooting that had occurred near them, and so they have non-life-threatening injuries, but is now the 9th victim who is is expected to have a full recovery. Additionally, we want to make sure the community knows the individual responsible is still at large, but importantly, at the conclusion of this press update, we will be releasing a short video showing an image of the suspect. That will be available to all of you when we've finished this briefing. We know there's a lot of fear and anxiety in the community right now, and we want folks to know that while it is the case that the shelter in place remains in effect for the broader Brown community, that includes campus and the neighborhoods surrounding the campus, we are doing everything we can, and we've been receiving tremendous assistance from our partners in law enforcement. The governor, under his leadership with the state police, has been terrific. The FBI, the ATF, and many communities around Rhode Island have assisted. There are over 400 officers currently in the area assisting with both the investigation and to ensure the safety of the Providence community. Additionally, Providence Fire has been deployed to venues of assembly. We know that this is a busy time. It's a Saturday night in the holiday season, and so you may see firefighters at the mall, at PPAC, at Roger Williams Park, and we don't want anyone to be concerned that there are any issues, but rather we want folks who are out in the community tonight to see a person in a position of authority and to feel safe in our community. We have no reason to believe that there are any additional threats at this time. Any calls that have been received in the last several hours to 911 have been unrelated, and there have been no additional calls for service or calls of anything related to this incident. The video that will be released is from that building where the shooting occurred, which is the Barrison Holly building, looking towards Hope Street. And as I mentioned, that will be shared as soon as we conclude. We are still encouraging, as we did earlier, for anyone who thinks that they might have information relevant to the investigation to call the police, the Providence Police non-emergency line, which is 401-222-5700. 401-272-3121. 401-272-3121. Of course, you can also call 911, but if you have information that you think might be able to assist in our investigation, please give us a call. At this time, I'd like to turn the mic over to our Governor, Dan McKee, who's been in touch with federal, state partners and has been a tremendous assistance to us here in Providence throughout the evening. Governor?
Hey, Mayor, and thank you for your leadership and all your entire team. And our job right now is to support your team, and we're doing just that. All our state resources are available, not only to the mayor, but also Brown University, which our hearts go out to Brown University. I have had calls along with the mayor with the FBI director, Patel, who's offered assistance to us as well, a direct assistance. I just received a call from the President Trump as well, expressing the same type of urgency and the same type of offers to respond to us in a way that we, one, keep people safe, but also, two, we're going to make sure that we catch the individual that brought so much suffering to so many people. And so with that, I would just say that we're going to continue to work together. State police is on board. We know that there's going to be need for some counseling strategies, so we've already activated that through our health department. And we'll make sure that we take the lead from the mayor and then provide all the assistance we possibly can along with your lead as well, President Paxton. So with that, I'll give the mic back to you.
Thank you, Governor. Now we'll introduce Brown University President Christine Paxson. Brown PD was the first to respond and has been an incredible partner, and we have two priorities right now as a community. One, to bring the individual responsible to justice, and two, to pray for the full recovery of those affected. The Brown community's heart is breaking, and Providence's heart is breaking along with it. We're a week and a half away from Christmas, and all of us are getting calls from concerned families, parents, employees, relatives. And so, President, we just want you to know that Providence and Brown stand together today, tomorrow, and in the months ahead. Please.
Thank you. Yes, this is the day that one hopes never happens, and it has. I really appreciate everything that the local law enforcement and everybody is doing to help find this person, make sure that we can be safe as a community. Our focus right now is on supporting the families who have been affected by this, the families of the two students who sadly lost their lives today, as well as the 8, now 9 students who are in the hospital. We've been in touch with their families. I will talk to them soon. But you know, we will come together as a community and we'll get through this. Currently, the students are still all on lockdown, as are people in the area. And hopefully we can get them back to their dorms and feeling safe and secure as soon as possible. But thank you for everything you're doing there.
Thank you, Chris. We'll take questions for law enforcement personnel, anyone who's here today, and share as much information as we can at this time.
Can we,
Dan.
Dan J. from Channel 10, Mayor, as you know, can you talk a little bit about what we're going to see in this video? Or can Deputy Chief Oates?
We're going to ask Commander O'Hara to answer that question.
Sure. What you're going to see is a video from the building where this incident took place, 184 Hope Street. It's of who we believe is the suspect, leaving that area, walking on Hope Street and taking a right on Waterman towards the water. He's going to be wearing dark clothing. You're not going to be able to see his face. Dark gray or black clothing. And some of the witnesses have also told us that he may have been wearing a camouflage gray mask. That is unconfirmed. But if anybody should recognize this person in any way, seen him earlier, recognize his gait, obviously we want to know about that.
Deputy Chief, you had said, or somebody had said, and I want to make sure we're correct in reporting this, that he may have walked out of the building. And I'm wondering, how did he get access to the building, and is there video from inside the building?
That I don't have the answer if there's video inside that building that depicts him. There is video inside that building. However, I haven't seen him on video inside that building. And he did walk out of the building.
So can you explain that to me, in all of us? So he was in the building, but we don't have video of him in the building.
We haven't recognized him in the video yet. We do see some video from inside the building of a commotion. Clearly students are running. However, we don't have from the video that I've seen so far, we don't have the suspect depicted in a video.
Is there any reason to believe this is international terrorism, or is this just some disgruntled
That we don't know yet.
a disgruntled student that just came in to shoot up because he was upset about final exams or something like that?
We're not sure.
Amanda, have you been getting tips since the last briefing?
Yes, some tips have been coming in, and we have been running them down. We're going to be using the assistance of the FBI to categorize all the tips that come in so that we have it in an orderly format for us to look at. But yes, we've had some tips. None of them have worked out for us yet.
Do you think, do you have a better idea than we did just 3 hours ago, since at least now you have a visual image?
Yes, a little bit better, but we're still not there yet, John.
Has law enforcement
Ian.
done inside the building?
Ian first.
Commander, has law enforcement done any building-by-building search of the area, surrounding area?
Yes, we have. We've gone through some buildings. We've made sure that students that were barricaded themselves in were safe. We removed them, and they're now in a reunification center.
How far has that search gone into the residential area around Brown?
It's gone to all the buildings that we think that were affected by it. Any student that called us and said that they were barricaded and they didn't feel safe, those are the buildings we checked.
Deputy Chief, does that video show a gun?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't show a gun? And also, Mayor, the President confirmed that all of the victims are students at Brown University.
I can't confirm that. I don't have that information to confirm.
That's what you just said, right? President Paxton?
That's what I've been told, yes.
That all of the victims, including the two that passed, are students at Brown University.
The last one who came in recently, I'm not sure.
Okay.
There was a question over here.
There was blood stains on the sidewalk at the bottom in clothing. Were all the shots done within the building, or were they shot outside?
Well, the incident took place inside the building.
Inside? Yeah. There were blood stains in clothing outside the building.
Where in the building did it happen?
It happened inside of a classroom,
Do you know what floor?
first floor.
Has the weapon been found if it wasn't in the video?
No, it hasn't.
Have you talked to any of the
Sorry,
victims?
Steph.
Can you walk us through what you now know about the timeline of events? What time did the suspect walk into the building, and how quickly did he begin shooting? Did he go straight for the classroom? Was it the students who were taking the finals?
I don't know what the students were doing in this classroom. However, I don't also know how he entered the building that we're working on.
Okay, so you don't know that yet. And is the suspect of college age? Does he seem in the video?
He could be in his 30s, but we're not positive. That's our first inclination.
Pat.
Sir, can you speak to the type of presence from the federal government that's on the ground right now, and what type of personnel do you expect in the coming days, specifically tomorrow?
So right now we're working with ATF and the FBI, who are present right now. Those are the federal agents that we're working with.
Deputy Chief, based on the bullets, Deputy Chief, do we know what kind of gun?
We don't have the gun identified yet. No.
Okay.
What type of activity are they engaged in? Are they doing data collection?
How many other people were inside the classroom?
That I'm not sure of. I don't know how many students were in there.
President Paxton, could you maybe answer some of the questions about the Brown students? What was that class there for? Was it a final exam? You're the president. You must know.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
I don't know that.
Okay. That's it.
Sir, you had a question?
Yes.
Go.
So have the shelter-in-place orders or evacuation spread to other parts of the city? Because we've heard that happen at the moment.
No, they have not. The shelter-in-place has not changed. It remains in effect for the Brown campus and the surrounding neighborhood. City of Providence, you know, if you live near Brown, that's where the shelter-in-place is in effect. It is not in effect in other neighborhoods because we have no reason to believe that there is any particular threat beyond the campus area at this time. As I mentioned at the press briefing before this, I'll reiterate right now. In this day and age, there is a lot of misinformation that can spread as it pertains to official updates regarding the shelter-in-place or any future announcements. Please follow the City of Providence official social media channels. We've also put out updates through our 311 system, but the City of Providence on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram will be updating throughout the evening. If that did not come from an official channel, then it is not official. Right now, the shelter-in-place is the same as it had been earlier, and it remains the same.
Mayor, how is
Please, Ed.
How is the shelter-in-place message being conveyed to the neighborhoods? Is it just through the media, or are you making phone calls?
So we have all of the above. We have conveyed it through the media. We've conveyed it through our official social media channels. We've pushed it out through our 311 system, which is the city service system. We've been in touch with our city council leaders throughout the neighborhood, including our councilman John Gonsalves from this neighborhood, who have their own distribution channels through newsletters and such. And for all of you who are Rhode Islanders, you know this is a close-knit community. That is our strength, particularly in this moment. We are all in touch with our neighbors. We are all in touch with our loved ones at this moment, and we are sharing information as directly and honestly as we can, and we will continue to push out updates through those same various channels.
How long do we expect to
Please, in the way back.
Hi. Is there any indication of when students who are sheltering in place in public campus buildings, when they will be allowed to at least leave and go to those reunification sites?
There is no notification about when that might end, because we will make that announcement when we feel like it is safe to do so. And so we don't have a timeline on that, and nor should we have a timeline on that. Safety is the primary concern right now, and bringing the responsible individual to justice is our top priority.
Is it your belief that there's just one suspect, or people helping him? And if people are helping him, Deputy, what is your message to people that might be aiding, because it's been 6 hours and, you know, no one knows.
Sure, he's unidentified, so we don't know if people may be helping him or not at this point.
But Deputy Chief, assume that, what's your message to anyone that may know who he is, or helping him, or hiding him?
They know who he is. Please call us.
Deputy Chief, I ask this with all due respect, Deputy Chief, just so I'm trying to process this so we can bring this person to justice. He was in the building, but we don't have video of him in the building, or we have video, we just don't know if it's him. Do you think that he went into a bathroom, got dressed, and then came out? And secondly, could the president of the university address, does anybody have access to that building? I mean, you can't go in a building without a pass key anywhere, so.
I'll take both of those. As has been said, and we'll say again, the video that we have and the video that we will be sharing when we conclude this update is of the suspect leaving the building.
Right.
We are combing through lots of video, both on campus, through private cameras. Providence Police, with the great assistance from our federal partners and others, is combing through any video we can find. And again, to the community, if you have some of those Ring cameras or other video that you think might be relevant, please call us and share it with us. We do not at this time have video that we have seen of the individual coming into the building or moving throughout the building, but that doesn't mean that we will not discover it. We are actively working this investigation as we speak. It has been a priority for us to give updates when we have them. That's why we're here right now. When we have more information, we will share it. As was reported at the earlier press conference from the provost, because there were exams taking place, the outer doors of the building were unlocked. There were sure to be doors inside the building that were locked and that require badge access, but the outer doors were unlocked because it was 4 o'clock while exams were taking place. That was reported earlier. That remains true now.
Okay.
Please, Steph.
Do you have any reason to believe that the shooter is still in the area?
We don't know.
President Paxton, could you talk directly to the students? They've been on lockdown. What about meals? What if someone has a medical emergency?
Right.
If you could talk directly to the students right now.
President, if you could walk behind the stand.
That have been in
I mean, I know the students are anxious, and I know they're in very constant communication with loved ones and parents through social media and on their phones. If we hear that students need support, if they have a medical issue or something like that, we will address it. Our major priority right now is for their safety.
President Paxton, could you confirm that several of the victims were on the women's lacrosse team?
I cannot confirm that.
President, how are you doing today, processing all this?
Yeah, it's hard to process. I was on a plane to D.C. when it happened and flew right back, and I'm catching up right now.
President, with all due respect, 6 hours after this shooting, and you said you don't know what was going on in that classroom? How does that happen? Were they taking an exam? Were they meeting for a club?
I don't know.
6 hours later, and you're the president, and you don't know.
I do not know.
Well, that's kind of concerning.
As evidence as a result of any determinations they made about the style of weapon?
Yes, there's shell casings, but we're not going to release any specific information about that type of evidence.
As more time goes by, do you think that without having an identity of suspect, do you think that aids in his ability to get further away from law enforcement?
as I mentioned, we've got over 400 officers on the ground right now. Every minute matters. We know every minute matters. And other than the people you see standing behind you, everyone else right now is out on the streets working hard to bring this individual to justice and to bring some confidence and safety and security to our residents. And that's what all the people who should be doing that are focused on. We will continue to provide updates as they are available. We will continue to do regular briefings. Please stay informed to our press list. If you are not on our press list, please let us know. You can find any of the individuals back there who can sign you up for the press list. That's all the updates we have for this time. We will share the video that was referred to several times to that same list. So if you need to be on the email list, you can see Josh here or a couple other staff people in the back. Thank you. Those are our updates for now. That's all the time we have, and we will be back here when we
You're
have more to
watching
share.
special
We
coverage from
continue to do
NBC
regular.
10 of the mass shooting at Brown University. The most important thing we learned there was that there is video now, we believe, of the
Trevor.
shooter
So
as he
no
was
updates
walking
there.
down Waterman Street after leaving the engineering building at Brown University, where he shot several people inside on a first floor in a classroom. We believe he was wearing dark clothing, perhaps some kind of camouflage mask, and it is believed that he could be in his 30s.
The president of Brown University confirming there that the 2 people who died are Brown University students. 8 of the victims in the hospital, also Brown University students. The mayor updating, saying there's a 9th person who was wounded, though not directly shot. It might have been fragments, but those injuries are not believed to be serious. We are now awaiting a piece of video that we hopefully can share with you, again, of what authorities believe is the suspect, but they kind of warned us that the video isn't great. We're not going to see, and by that I mean not very descriptive. They said you can't see the suspect's face. Again, wearing kind of dark clothing. They're hoping maybe from the person's walk, their gait, as you call it, that they could tell. There's still a shelter in place for Brown University, the surrounding community on the east side, but other events throughout the city have continued. There is not a shelter in place there. Mayor Brett Smiley said that's because they have not received any information of a threat specifically to those areas. So he said the people who should shelter in place, he said, you know who you are, on the east side near Brown University.
It's been almost,
and again, there's still a
almost
lot
6
of
hours?
unanswered questions. It
This shooter
appeared the
could be
person was able to easily walk into the building. It was exams. The outer doors were unlocked. Beyond that, not a lot of information, but again,
I guess
as you
they
said,
have
you
video
did
of him
learn the
walking down
shooting.
the street
All of it
away
happened
from Brown
within a
University,
classroom.
but then he just
But they don't know,
disappears?
again, whether it was a student, and their description is maybe a man in his 30s. That could still be a student, potentially.
And we want to point out, too, on our screen right now, we have the phone number, the tip line for police. Police did say during this news conference that they are getting tips from people. So if you witness something,
they said none
or
of
if
them
you
are
have
helpful.
somebody in your neighborhood that maybe said something, call this number, 401-272-3121. Right now, police say they are getting tips and they are running down those tips.
That's pretty
So
much the
far, they
gist of
haven't
it,
panned
Grammy.
out,
Yeah.
but we are going to be getting some video. We're going to may recognize that person.
As you heard our colleague Dan Janig asking, suppressing questions during that press conference about how is it that there is
Loveless,
not
there
more
was a
video
shooting
from
at Brown
inside a
University,
university building. The deputy police chief
earlier
said
today,
that
about
there's video
5.5,
where they
6
can
hours
see
ago.
students running and a commotion.
Police say the
but
shooting
they don't
happened
see the
in a classroom
gunman's
on the
face.
first
And
floor.
again,
There
the shooting
are 2
happened in
dead
a classroom.
and 9
So does that
hospitalized.
mean there was not a camera in the
7 or
classroom
8 of
itself,
those
maybe
9
just in a
are
hallway
critical.
or an entranceway
So there could
or
be
something
further
like that.
deaths
And then
coming.
again, the gunman walked out onto Hope Street. But now, nearly 6 hours later, obviously that leads to a lot of questions about how far this person could have gotten. As police have searched the area again, they put a shelter in place for the university and the immediate neighborhood, but not the surrounding parts of the city. We have seen, though, a heavy police presence downtown, outside the amp where there was a concert. The mall was closed. There are police officers with assault rifles throughout the city because they don't know what this person is armed with. All we know is that he used a gun. What kind of gun is it? They don't know at this point.
You are watching continuing coverage of the mass shooting at Brown University,
Well,
where
there are Saturday
10 people
classes,
have been shot. One
and
received
I keep
shrapnel
hearing that
wounds,
exams are
10
going
people
on right
shot
now,
at
which
Brown
would make sense
University
this time of
in the
year.
engineering building, where classes were in session, where they were
Engineering building.
taking tests, their final exams before the holidays. Leanna Falk is standing by live with the very latest. Leanna?
So they pretty much said they have no idea how he got in the building.
I want us to go over the shoulder so we can kind of show them what we're seeing here right now. 3 RIPTA buses worth of students have arrived here at the Nelson Fitness Center. This is the academic center, the athletic center, I should say, where the Family Reunification Center has been set up. Now, if we pan over, you can see one of those buses has just now let off. So they've dropped off about 3 busloads worth of students. These students are coming from all over campus, essentially. As I've been walking up to them, asking them questions, we've had one of them say that they came from a grocery store. Another one said they came from
not hard to get on
a
campus, Trevor.
library
But
center. We'll have more details coming up.
But they don't know. They don't have any video of him entering the
Falk was
building.
on the scene.
They
They
don't know where
were
he entered the
losing the
building.
microphone, but important information. And we heard more about the situation with the Brown University students. That the ones who were barricaded inside of buildings are now out. From our early reporting, if you've been with us throughout the night, John Perrick, who was on the scene, our Mike Cerullo, they were in contact with students who were telling them through text message that they were using chairs and other materials to barricade themselves inside buildings because, again, unfortunately, as students of this generation know, they've been drilling on this for years. You either barricade, you fight, you run. And that situation we learned now at that press conference, that is over. So all the students should be out of those situations. The ones who are in their dorms or anywhere else should be sheltering in place. But law enforcement was able to go in those buildings where students were barricaded in and determine that they were not in danger and get them out. And they're now at a reunification center, and again, hopefully getting in touch with their families, I'm sure, who have lots of questions, are anxious, and communication can be tough even though everybody has a phone now.
Yeah, just a terrible situation here today as we are continuing to cover this mass shooting at Brown University. Dan Janig is standing by live with the very latest. Dan?
One for Aaron, one for Dan. We have 2 mics.
Hi guys. I'm sorry. We were just hi Patrice and Brian. We just press conference just wrapped up right here, so we're just getting it in place. Let me tell you one thing. If we don't hear anything at all tonight, the video that's going to be released to Channel 10, and our producers are going to turn it fast, and we're going to play for it. That video is key to finding who did this, and that's all they've got. You know it, I know it, they said it, okay? Now, that video, he's all in black. So I think Brian made a good point. You have to look at the shoes. You have to look at the way they walk, because if you know this person, you'll know it, right? There's got to be something. And if there's not something, he walked into the night, and we're not sure if he's even still here. So that's key. So I know that we're going to
just be at home watching the
news as soon
news
as we can, so we can show you exactly what's going on. So just to update some things we learned at this news conference. That shooting took place inside that building. It was a classroom, likely where kids were having a final exam.
Right,
the president
yeah.
of the university 6 hours later doesn't know what's happening in that classroom. That's kind of a concern too. There's video likely in the hallways. As an adjunct professor, we never had cameras in the classroom. Now, they may have had cameras in the classroom because it was a final exam, but I don't think they're there all the time. But I'm not familiar with that building. But there's definitely video in the hallways, which is why they saw all the students running down the hallway after the shots went off. So that's why I kind of pressed him. Okay, so he's in the building, he's walking around the building, but you have video, but you're not sure it's him. You know, obviously if somebody's in black clothing with a mask on, you're going to recognize them, right? So then I asked him, could he have gone to the bathroom and changed and then went out? So it seems like there's some kind of fogginess there. What we do know is that the video from outside is really what they're hedging their bets on right now. They are still going through the video from inside the classroom. We also learned at this news conference now that there's one more victim. So in total, 11 people, 11 victims. The last victim went to the hospital after the fact and realized they had some shrapnel from the shooting. So they didn't get shot, they just got some shrapnel in, and they're going to be okay. The other ones, we also learned that they're all students. President Paxton said they're all students, including the 2 people who lost their lives. So there's some big information coming from this news conference. I'm going to bring in Erin and Coogan in 2 seconds, but first I want you to hear what Mayor Smiley had to say of people living in this area.
We know there's a lot of fear and anxiety in the community right now, and we want folks to know that while it is the case that the shelter in place remains in effect for the broader Brown community, that includes campus and the neighborhoods surrounding the campus, We are doing everything we can, and we've been receiving tremendous assistance from our partners in law enforcement. The governor, under his leadership with the state police, has been terrific. The FBI, the ATF, and many communities around Rhode Island have assisted. There are over 400 officers currently in the area assisting with both the investigation and to ensure the safety of the Providence community.
Right, Jay? Yeah.
So that's what the mayor had to say to people living in this area. So it's still a lockdown. It is still a shelter in place. So this is an active shooter who's still out there. And as we know, that they've also gone to places where people gather, like the AMP, where there was a concert, PPAC, where there was the Boston Pops. I'm looking at my phone, as I know our producer Courtney Coluca is too, for when the video is going to be emailed to us, because that's the video we need to see. You need to see if we're even going to catch this guy, because otherwise he just walked into the night. I thought it was interesting during the press conference, Aaron, when they talked a little bit about, I mean, it's 6 hours later. You don't have to watch Law & Order every week to know the longer the time goes by, the more challenging this is going to be. And he basically said, we don't know the identity of the shooter.
Well, here's the problem. The shelter in place is for the surrounding
Now we know
community,
why this
but
is happening.
we asked, is there any indication that he is
referencing
here? Why
fictional
wouldn't he
TV
be
shows.
in New Hampshire, like you were saying?
Right.
It takes 3 hours. Why wouldn't he be in New York? And they said they don't know that.
Right.
They can't confirm that.
No.
So why is the shelter in place only here?
Well, I think because they have to, out of abundance of caution, they have to think that he didn't get too far.
Of course.
But, like I said earlier, when I got the call this afternoon, you were the
How do
first
you know how
reporter on
far he
scene,
got?
by the way, which I want to talk to you a little bit about. But, I was in Bedford, New Hampshire, having lunch with my friends, holiday lunch, when I got the call. So
How
it's
wide
2
is the
hours away in
radius
Bedford.
of
I need
6
here in an hour
hours
and a half.
away
It's been
from
6
Rhode Island?
hours, right?
6
You
hours
can go for
away
a
from
long
Brown
time.
University.
You were the first person on scene, and you
like the
kind of
whole
see
Northeast.
this develop.
One of
the first reporters, and you kind of see this develop. You said that you were in the area where the shooting took place, but you didn't recognize the cameras up above because obviously you had officers with guns.
Yeah, well, I think it's been a roller coaster of adrenaline and a little bit of lax, and because we had there's a shooter in custody.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a 30-minute span of time where people let their guards down. Of course, there is a highly populated street. We had folks going back out to get their dinner, and then 30 minutes later, after that announcement came out, it was, wait, there's nobody in custody.
Right, and for those 30 minutes, that there was
I
a
don't know,
suspect
Barry, 6
supposedly in
hours is a
custody.
long time. Usually
That
we
suspect
have
got
more
away,
information
had
by
30
now.
more minutes to get away because they weren't looking at that person right now. So this video, and I have Courtney Coluca, our producer, in the air. This video, which I'm trying to find the mayor's person who's supposed to send it to us because they need to press play quickly. We need to get that on the video camera. You need to watch it on your phone. You need, if you're in the Brown community or you work on Thayer Street, maybe he comes in and gets a sandwich and you recognize something. We need to get that video on the air, so I know we'll do that. So you guys have a question for me back at the station? I know we swapped out some anchors, so I'm not sure who's there now.
Yeah, so what we have learned is that all of the people who were shot are Brown University students, including those 2 who have died. We also know that we're waiting for this important video. Dan, I'm wondering, why do they think that person is the person who's the shooter? Was it because he was wearing the dark clothing, because he had maybe a camo mask on, or could they see a weapon?
Great job, dude.
As far as the mask, they didn't see that on camera. He said that it's
Possibility of
a
a
victim
mask.
may have seen a camouflage mask. We have been hearing mask all
I
day,
think
but
a
that just kind of
witness
confirmed it
said
right
that
there.
there was a mask.
So Patrice, this video is key.
Yes, it is.
And it's when you think about it, right? I mean, we've been covering news for how long? It's 2025, and a suspect walks in a building, shoots people, walks out, and 6 hours later, we don't know anything about that person except for the video that you're about to see.
Could you
and that
repeat,
video,
Dan, could you repeat what you said at the beginning? Because we had a technical problem here. I was asking you, why do they think that guy is the person who did the shooting?
share all the...
Oh, sorry. So Patrice is asking, why do they think that guy is the guy who did the shooting? Well, you can answer that too. I think it's the black clothing, right?
Black clothing. People saw him leaving on the Hope side of the Barris and Hawley building, so they're putting 2 and 2 together. But of course, they're going to rely on.
I saw a video of students running, and almost all of them were wearing
Patrice, I'm not
all
sure I
black
got cut off, so
clothing.
I don't want to go blabber on. I want to give you the facts. I asked, did they see a gun in the video? No. Can they tell us what kind of gun he used based on the bullets that were retrieved from the victims? They know what kind of gun it is, but they don't want to tell us. He's walking away down Hope Street.
So yeah, here's a video of people running, wearing all black, wearing all black clothing, wearing all black clothing. I don't.
But they're going to go through that video. So that's why they think it's this person, Patrice. But I'll tell you right now, that's the only thing they've got right now.
Yeah, Dan and Aaron, I want you to hang back there because what also stood out to me during this press conference when they were listing some new details, one of the things they mentioned was they believe the shooter was in his 30s, which is obviously not the typical college-age student. Did you guys read into that? And do you think we're going to see some of that play out in the video that might give the appearance at least of an older person in the building?
Right, Aaron doesn't have an earpiece, so Emily's asking about why they thought that the shooter could be in his 30s. I think Steph Machado from the Globe asked that question. I don't know how you determine somebody in black clothing is. I don't know how they do.
Well, you know, alongside everything that they've been doing behind the scenes, they've been talking to witnesses, students that were inside at the time of the shooting, because they had kids barricaded in there and sheltering in place for now 6 hours. So they've been able to talk to folks.
And I think we need to go back also to the human angle of this, because we're so caught up in finding the suspect. But I want you to think about this, and I hope to get through this without emotion. These kids were in a classroom likely taking a final.
Right.
We've all been there. And there's so many people watching right now whose kids are taking finals and all they want to do is to get home safely. These kids are just taking a final. And according to police, this suspect walked in and just opened fire. Walked and escaped into the night. And 2 kids, you know, they're at Brown. They're doing well. They just wanted to finish their exams so they could go home and see mom and dad. And now mom and dad are flying in or driving in to identify their bodies. And I think you can't get lost in that. So anyways, I think that's important, Patrice and Emily, that we realize that, you know. And again, now we also know why the door was open and why anyone could go in and out, because it was finals.
You said this video is the only video we have. So far, there is video from inside.
So if it wasn't
the engineering building.
what?
We could see, police say, students running, but they have not identified the shooter yet. So eventually, we could have more video of this person.
Yeah, so they're going to go through the video from inside. But, you know, you have to wonder, Patrice, if they had video of him and they were 100% sure about it from the inside, why wouldn't they release it too? And they don't have that.
Well, the mayor specifically said they do not have anything.
They don't recognize anything.
Right.
So they're going through that video right now. I asked the mayor after the press conference. They're going through the video from inside Patrice. But I don't know, I don't know the layout of the building. Is there? Clearly, they saw students running away from that classroom. Right. So there's one camera. I don't know if there's another camera that's, outside the classroom. I mean, the other thing too is when you do these stories and we hear about these things, we think Brown University. There's cameras everywhere, but it's just not the way it goes. They may not have cameras in hallways, but they're going to go through that video. But clearly, if they saw a guy in his 30s with black clothing,
I hear about this video one more time before they show it.
Right? Yeah. And now, one of the things I wanted to ask Aaron, because my earpiece went out a little bit. When they were asked about, do they have the weapon?
They do not have.
They don't have a weapon.
No, they said they have shell casings.
Either, guys.
They don't know what the weapon
wasn't left behind. It wasn't thrown into bushes that we know of.
But they have shell casings.
So
I didn't even hear.
They have shell casings, so he knows what weapon was used. In terms of it, whether it was a shotgun or AK, whatever. They know, but they're not telling us that because obviously that's going to be part of the investigation, right? We don't want that to get out right now. So I mean,
I wouldn't want the public to be aware of what kind of danger they're in.
Asking, and I think a lot of journalists in this building, including us, us are asking. It's 2025. How does this happen, and how does he walk into the night?
When you think about the residences and the businesses in that, little hub of Hope Street, Thayer Street, someone's got to have something. And police are saying
I'd say the odds are higher than that, Mark.
Check all your cameras, check your video
Rhode
cameras.
Island, Brown
As we
University
leave you here
area,
from the
for
Brook
God's
Street
sake.
Fire Station, where
It's
we
gotta
should
be
tell
like
our
90%
people that the
liberal.
mayor says he's going to have another news conference here before the end of the night, so we'll prepare for that. We'll bring it to you live. But it is still a high, tense area down here. Police are guns drawn and on a manhunt that's now 6 hours long. Patrice,
Dan, Aaron, thank you both for your time. We'll check in with you both shortly. Just to reiterate, we're wrapping up a press conference that ended just a short while ago. We are still waiting on that video that they promised to send us of the suspect. As soon as we get it, we will bring it to you on air. But you are once again watching special coverage of NBC 10 News.
With no new information.
2 people are dead.
And they
9
said
people
they
are
were holding
injured
it to
after
release a
gunman
video
opened fire
and
inside
an
Brown
image or
University,
two,
and we're told those victims
and they still
are
haven't
students.
released it.
Okay, we're going to go out to the Brown
been an
University
hour.
president now. Let's go out live to the scene where the manhunt is still continuing at this hour. This is the Brown University president speaking.
This is the day that one hopes never happens, and it has.
Okay, this was earlier.
I really appreciate everything that the local law enforcement and everybody is doing to help find this person.
They have nothing. I think we can safely say they just have absolutely nothing to go on.
The families who have been affected by this, the families of the 2 students who sadly lost their lives today, as well as the 8, now 9 students who are in the hospital. We've been in touch with their families. I will talk to them soon. But we will come together as a community and we'll get through this.
And we just learned from Leanna Falk just a few moments ago that 3 busloads, ripped up busloads of students have gone to the reunification center up at Brown University right now. So those students have been cleared out of those buildings and they are safe tonight. So we just wrapped up this news conference with public officials, including the mayor and police officials, and they tell us that there is video. We're waiting for that video that shows the supposed gunman leaving the engineering building, taking a right on Waterman Street, walking down toward the water. He's wearing dark clothing. He possibly has a camouflage mask on, and they're asking anybody who may recognize the way he's walking or may have heard somebody say something, they should call the Providence Police. That phone number is 401-272.
Here's Trump earlier on the shooting.
Fully briefed on the Brown University situation, what a terrible thing it is. All we can do right now is pray for the victims and for those that were very badly hurt, it looks like. And we'll inform you later as to what's happening, but it's a shame.
Caution tape now. The busloads or now vans of students have continued to arrive. We see one that's kind of slowly making its way into the facilities now. This Providence Police Department van is carrying several students that are coming from several different parts of campus. We spoke to one student that came from the library, another student that came from a grocery store, and now we have all of these students again arriving to their first real safe place since that first text message came in to run, hide, and fight. Now, we've been speaking to some of the students as they've arrived here at the athletic center, and relief is one of the words that they're feeling, but also they can't really articulate how it is they're feeling because of all of the unknowns about this situation. The fact that there is still a gunman out on the loose right now, the fact that they've lost 2 of their classmates and several others are still in the hospital right now.
I really don't understand how they have no video of him inside the school. There have to be cameras everywhere, right? It's 2025. There are cameras everywhere. Brown University is an Ivy League college. Extremely wealthy. They don't have one camera angle of the shooter inside the building. They don't know how he got in the building. They don't have him entering any doors of the building. They don't know where he went after he walked out of the building. It's insane.
So what you're seeing right now is the fitness center here at Brown University, and on the second floor is a state-of-the-art gym. And she's talked about how the students.
Well,
are
Maggie,
together
yeah. Well, it's not that I'm not expecting them to release those videos, but they literally said in the press conference they don't have any video of the shooter. They said they have video from inside, but they don't have. They said they can't identify the shooter on any of the video that they've seen so far. Which is crazy to me. It's crazy. And maybe they haven't gone through all of it yet, although it seems crazy that they wouldn't have done that in the 6 hours since the shooting.
Did take this seriously. They heeded the warnings and they made sure that they did everything possible to not only protect themselves, but to protect each other and make sure that everyone that was around them during that time felt secure and safe in that moment.
Yeah, he might not be a student, right? I mean,
many students.
You know, everyone's assuming he's a student, possibly a professor, but
one of the
maybe he's just a local
on campus, just given the sheer amount of
maybe he's just a crazy person,
police,
who
fire,
knows?
And also all of the nonprofits that are here, just to make sure that the students are well taken care of.
And you are on Hope Street. It looks so eerie to see this scene, to not see students walking around, because you see kids up there all hours of the day and night, and tonight it is just police lights.
Yeah, it's Saturday night, and it's in the heart, essentially, of Providence. Brown University is kind of its own little city because all of the university is kind of set up in all of these different buildings throughout the city of the east side of Providence. And so on a Saturday night like this, you're a couple weeks away from the end of the semester. These students could have been doing everything from studying, taking exams, preparing for their finals, but also having a good time, enjoying those last few weeks that they have before the holiday break. And to think that now they've spent the last few hours before the last couple of weeks of their semester in lockdown, and now all of them have essentially gathered in the athletic center to shelter in place with one another. And one of the things I also want to mention before I bring it back to you guys, so we know that initially this was the reunification center. It was this fitness center. They've now moved it to the larger athletic department, so they've a much bigger building just to withstand all of the kids that are going to be coming by.
All right, Leanna Falk at the Reunification Center. We will check back in with you shortly. And she talks about student life and how much has changed in an instant today. And you think about not just on the Brown University campus, but in the greater Providence community at large, we're seeing all of these events get canceled. There is a massive manhunt underway. Some of these streets, as John was saying earlier, look strange. We're not used to, police tape everywhere and cruisers and armed officers. And you think about everything that changes now after tonight here in Rhode Island. This is something that we have never dealt with before.
Yes, and right now we are waiting for the concerts to end downtown. So in just a matter of maybe an hour or so, we're going to see the streets flooded with all the people that come out of the AMP. My husband is right now at PPAC listening to the Boston Pops. They made an announcement there that, that there has been a shooting and there was an active shooter. So in about an hour or so, the streets are going to be flooded, and that's going to be a massive undertaking for police to make sure that all the people get out of the area safely. They did also mention, though, that they have 400 police officers in the city right now combing through the area trying to find this gunman, and also to make sure that the students and the people who are attending all these events are safe. We want to go back out to John Perrick, who has been on the air for hours now. John, where are you now and what have you seen?
Patrice, we just came back to Hope Street and Waterman, that corner. That's where our live coverage started just after the 4 o'clock hour. Now, I just want to point out the scene here behind me. There's not much of a scene. A few police officers, no more ambulances, no fire trucks even. We just saw a fire truck leave. To the right of this street here, of this sidewalk, that's the engineering building in question. That's where it's believed the shooting all started. Now, what we've seen, though, here down these streets, again, this is a residential area. We're not in the center of Brown's campus. What we've seen are crews wearing tactical gear, holding ARs, walking, maybe about a dozen each in each group, walking down these streets, looking for something, looking for evidence, a person, whatever it may be. I saw them just 10 minutes ago. They came over here to this house right here where the tape is. They were looking in these bushes. And when I say looking, they weren't just going bush to bush. They were putting their hands into the dirt too, trying to find something that can lead them closer to an answer as to who exactly is behind all of this. Again, we're here at Hope and Waterman Street. It's not as active as it was when we first came on the air, of course, but still a sense of urgency in the air, guys.
All right, John, thanks. Once again, stay safe out there. Yeah, I mean, John is obviously in the heart of where this happened, seeing the officers in the tactical gear as they search and comb through just all the little tiny crevices of the east side to hopefully find this person. Meanwhile, downtown Providence, we've still got some events going on, as you were just talking about, Patrice. NBC 10's Mike Cerullo joins us live from outside the AMP to give us a look of what it looks like out there.
Yeah, well, we're expecting this concert at the AMP to end in the next maybe half hour, 45 minutes or so. Right now, I want to give you a look. Police seem to be ramping up their presence just a little bit as they brace for this influx of people to come out of the AMP. And again, about a half an hour from now. So right now you can see all of the officers that are in front, some of them armed, some of them in tactical gear from multiple different departments. We see Johnston Police, Cranston Police, and it's not just the AMP. It's all around this entire neighborhood. Now, inside the AMP, there's the concert going on. People have been in fairly good spirits going in. Some have now learned exactly what has happened at Brown University, and they're kind of digesting that news in addition to trying to enjoy the concert at the moment. But again, police in this area bracing for that influx of people to come out. We can see officers right in front of the AMP, and we can also see them a couple blocks away from in my eye line as well. Officers at points have escorted people to their cars that have left the concert a little bit earlier. You can see a couple people coming out, but not quite that influx at the moment just yet. So other places in Providence, PPAC is also bracing for those people to come out. The Providence Place Mall closed early, we learned, as a result of this, as police went to sweep the mall and search it thoroughly, according to some of the people who were turned away at the mall. That's what security had told them. And some of the hotels in this area, the Marriott that's right nearby, has decided to increase their security protocols, at least for tonight. This is a very happening area in Providence. Obviously, it's downtown. It's about 8 minutes away from where that scene is, right around Brown University. But right now, it's eerie and it's quiet. And the action is happening inside the AMP. But aside from the law enforcement presence and a couple cars driving by, it's definitely a noticeable quiet around here compared to what it normally is in this section of Providence. Definitely a strange feeling in the air as people try and enjoy their nights at the concert. I've spoken to a lot of people who were coming out, some leaving early, having to go back to Connecticut, Massachusetts, wherever they came from to enjoy this Christmas-themed concert. Again, we're right before the holidays, and people are trying to digest this tragedy as they try and enjoy this concert as well.
Mike,
but we'll be out here tonight as fans get out, but we'll toss it back to you.
A couple of questions for you, Mike. It looks like the traffic is moving pretty freely there. Also, I'm just texting with my husband, who just left the Providence Performing Arts Center, where the Boston Pops were performing tonight, and Keith Lockhart, the conductor,
Caesar, it does seem rather relaxed around
here right now. What was going on all day long, and he talked about prayers for the families and victims and healing for the community. This is from Keith Lockhart. My husband said that there was a lot of extra security downtown. You're seeing that there. Do you know that if there have been a lot of comments made inside the AMP tonight? Announcements about this?
I have heard that, Patrice, I have heard that this was addressed by some of the acts inside the AMP tonight. People are digesting this news at this time, and a lot of people not ready to talk about it just yet. We've seen a lot of people coming out, leaving early, but not quite ready to acknowledge what happened in a way where they would talk on camera with us. But we do know that most people at this point have learned at least the gist of what happened, and maybe they're coming out of the concert.
Do you know the area well?
Headlines, and they're really diving into it on their phones and their devices. But it was addressed, it seems like. No, we've been out here for a couple hours as people were even going in, and people didn't seem to know about it at that point, but now they do. So we'll send it back to you, Patrice.
Mike Cerullo outside the Ample, check back in with him too. You know, it's interesting to see the mix of what's being shut down, what's not, what's going on in the city. One of the other things we spoke about maybe a few hours ago was the Buffalo Bills are staying in Providence tonight ahead of their big game against the Pats tomorrow. So many things being impacted by this horrific
I'm
shooting
in
that happened
Nashville.
earlier
It's getting
today.
rather cold here
NBC
too.
10's Dan Janig
it's
once
even
again
colder up
joins
there.
us from the Media Staging Center. Oh, it looks like he has a new location. Dan, I see you're outside and you got some police tape. Where are you right now and what are you seeing?
So, Emma, I just moved maybe about 4 or 5 streets from the fire station, and I'm now on Brook and Thayer Street. So if you take a look behind me, you can see just what it looks like from my vantage point right here. This is this is what it looks like anywhere around the area of Brown University. I know John and Mike and Leanna have showed you, but this is what it looks like right now. I do want to get to some breaking news, though, here on NBC 10 News. I just spoke with the mayor's communications director. They are trying to get that video out, and they are they're having a little bit of an issue with it. So, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen in the next few minutes. So, again, this is the video of the suspect walking outside of the building where the shooting took place and walking down Hope Street. No gun seen in the video, no identity, no face, so we're hoping something gives him away so that someone can recognize him, whether somebody at the pizza shop recognizes him. Every so often you'll see some activity.
That
we
makes
just
sense.
had 2 police cars just fly by us down the street right here, and you're thinking, boy, is this it? Do they have the suspect? But right now, no, and it hinges a lot on the video that you're about to see. I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm just trying to look down at my phone to see if the video is coming through right now, but I know our team back at the station is also looking at it. So when that comes out, we want to bring it to you first, because right now that's the only evidence we have in this case. But again, it's a police state around here. You can see police are just shutting this down, and I'm told this is going to be what it's going to be like for much of the night. They're trying to get people out of the crowds, out of the public areas, so that they can do a more extensive search. This, as they go through the video back at the police headquarters, meticulously to see if anything can show from that camera in the building where the shooting took place. That seems to be the big question right here. So meanwhile, again, the victim count went up. We have 2 people that passed away, and then 9 people that are being treated for their injuries at the hospitals. The 9th victim came in after realizing that shrapnel had hit them in their legs. So they were not a shooting victim. So their obviously road to recovery would be a little bit better than that. So we also are going to have another news conference
Robbie
before the end of the night. I anticipate that's going to
10
probably
people
be
shot,
11:30
maybe
midnight, maybe at
2
this
are
point,
dead,
I'm trying to get in touch with
7
the mayor.
or 8
So that's where we stand,
are critical.
guys. I'm just a couple of blocks
One
away. and as
person
you can
hit by
see,
shrapnel.
What a difference, right?
Allegedly.
There's police cars. Actually, we have 2 of them coming by right now, but they can't get out because of the yellow tape. So, but Joe, can we just switch over here for a little bit? These are the 2 police cars that flew down there. A state police car, 2 state police troopers, and they just flew down the street. And you'll see that every so often, a burst of action. I don't know whether they're following tips or what have you, but now they're moving out with sirens on and heading to a different area. So this is an active area, I'll tell you right now, and certainly not a place you want to be walking around tonight, guys.
All right, Dan Janig joining us once again. We will check back in with him shortly. In the meantime, Governor Dan McKee joins us now. He wants to give us an update on the situation. Governor, can you hear us here in the studio?
I can hear you, yes.
So, Governor, talk about, as we just saw, we were just talking with Dan, he was showing us some of the police behind him. Talk about this large-scale search that's going underway. What is law enforcement doing at this hour?
It's a comprehensive effort with both local, state, and federal law officials. And so the search that's going on right now is just what you expect with an all-in effort.
What is
we're looking to find the individual, that shot the individuals that are hospitalized, and we have.
Yes, we know you're looking for the shooter. What is happening?
I'm a parent. You're a parent. It's just devastating what's going on right now in Rhode Island. It's something that with what would happen.
It is so devastating, and our prayers are with those families. It is just a devastating day, a sad day in Rhode Island. We have so many police officers here, 400, combing through the streets, getting people to safety, looking for this gunman. And we also have ATF, the FBI here, state police, Providence Police. What is the lead agency? Who's taking the lead on this investigation?
Right now, we're working with the Providence, the Mayor Smiley, and things are being coordinated through his staff. And I've had conversations, as I mentioned at the press conference, with FBI Director Patel, along with actually a personal call directly from the President Trump. So it's well coordinated. Everybody knows what their job is. And now we're going to get closer and closer to determining who did this heinous act, and then bring them to justice. But right now, our safety is the top priority. So that's why we have, in place right now on campus, that there is a shut-in, type of an order. And then we're saying everyone that is in the area should stay in place, and we all should be on our guard. And anybody who has any level of information that could be helpful, please share it.
Governor, during the press conference earlier, I believe someone said they have no indication that the suspect is still here. Obviously, there's a very concentrated search in the east side of Providence right now, but how large of a search area is there at this point? Are there patrols roving 95? How expanded has this search become, 6 hours later?
So I had that conversation just a few minutes ago with Colonel Weaver, who's our state police colonel, and I've had calls from bordering governors, including Maura Healey. So there is an absolute connection across all law enforcement in the region. As you just said, we don't know where this individual is, so every effort's being made, and the professionals are out there doing their job. And we have complete confidence in the police department in Providence, or the police, state police, the FBI. I had conversations with the FBI just a few minutes ago, and they are very much coordinating this effort, not only in the vicinity of Brown, but they're also expanding it outside of that territory, and we're getting full cooperation from our bordering states as well.
You have the inside track, you have the ear of all these people. Has anybody given you any indication that we're getting closer to finding the person who did this horrible crime?
Well, I think that as more and more information comes available and we make it public, as the mayor said, transparency is really important. The video that will be going up online, hopefully it has, or a few minutes, will lead us in the next direction. So every piece that we have, we're going to provide. And because our ultimate goal here is to keep people safe and to also make sure that we're doing everything we can to apprehend this individual that pulled the trigger and took lives and had an impact that is just going to be traumatic on so many people, including the families who are left here to have to deal with any loss that they've had.
Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee, thank you for your time. Thank you so much for the update. If you're joining us now, our special broadcast continues here on NBC 10 after a mass shooting at Brown University inside a classroom. 11 people were hit. 2 of them died. 9 more are in the hospital tonight at various states, although several are
thinking the video will hit
condition.
X
and the
before we
search
see it
for the
here,
gunman continues tonight.
Still nothing
As we were
yet.
saying earlier, 400 officers combing the area trying to find this person. We're also working to get you a video of the suspect. We're hoping authorities tell us that it's coming soon. As soon
Have we
as
ever
get
been
that to you,
teased
we
a
promise
video
we will
like
bring
this?
that to you on air.
It's just
After an
terrible
event like
time,
this?
and
This
our
is
hearts go out
bizarre,
to all
right?
the families. Many have already been notified about the deaths of 2 students at Brown University and several other students wounded. All of them are wounded. We heard from Christina Paxson. She says that all kinds of services are available for students. We've been talking to Leanna Falk, and she is out a reunification center at Brown. 3 busloads of students have been brought there, and all kinds of services are available to them. You're looking at aerial video. Earlier tonight, when we first went on the air, it was like business as usual on the east side of Providence near Brown University because so many people had not heard what had happened. And now we see that it's all police out there, and the streets are pretty much vacant, except for around the event places like the AMP and the Providence Performing Arts Center, which are letting out now after some big concerts. So they have extra police there on duty.
Brock, they're
We have
teasing
about
this like the
400
Epstein
police
files, right?
officers that have been called
Wild
in.
man.
They're looking
it's
for
like
this
UFO
individual,
disclosure.
and they're also helping people get to their cars and make sure they get to safety.
Yeah, and that gunman fled on foot in a very busy area, a residential
see real
area
video
too,
of
on
Bigfoot
Hope Street
before we
towards
get this
Waterman Street.
video.
And they are asking people tonight, look at your Ring cameras. If you have any footage, they want to hear from you. We've got that number right there on the bottom of your screen. That's 401-272-3121. That is the tip line. Nothing is too silly. If you think you saw something, give them a call. They are looking for leads in this. They are desperate to find this person tonight. He is armed. He shot 11 people, and he could be nearby in our area.
Hey, Hurst, the video is probably in real player format. Oh, we're screwed then.
Oh, we have active video.
Okay.
Yeah, from Dan Janig. His crew at the scene just shot this video.
Oh.
Dan, are you
Different
there as
video.
well?
I thought they finally had the video.
So I was trying to show you.
None of them have
just gonna
VLC
stick on
player.
them.
That's why.
That was a bunch of Brown University students that were walking with police presence, heavy armed police presence. So they're trying to get the students out of the buildings, and I think based on the news conference, they've gotten
did you
most
really
of the
just say
students that
nothing
were
is
in
too
the
silly?
school buildings, and they're walking them to their dorms.
You
or
guys
their
are going to start
apartments,
sending in videos,
somewhere
aren't
safe. So that they just walked by us under a pretty strict police guard right here. You know, I should point out that this is a meticulous investigation. Providence Police is one of the best departments in the country, and this is not an easy investigation because of the layout of the east side. When you have a school that's in the city, whether it's Brown or Boston University or, Rick, it's not like it's an isolated campus and they can move in. So that's why I think this has been frustrating for officers and for them, but they are combing through every inch of this neighborhood. Everyone's been called in from Providence Police along with federal. We just saw some FBI agents right there. So there's about 400 of them, and they are combing through. This is the scene down Thayer Street right here. There's been a lot of activity back and forth with police officers, police cars coming in and out. That's the question right now as to where is this suspect. As far as the video, guys, I've been told that they're having a little bit of an issue with that video being released. I'm going to look at my my cell phone here and see if it's up at all. But this video that you're about to see, and hopefully they're going to have it to us by the 11 o'clock news when we have so many eyeballs, because this is the only evidence that we have to capture this suspect who quite literally walked away into the dark of the night. So once we see this video, we'll have a better idea. It'll go viral. We're going to show it to you several times. It's somebody dressed all in black, so you may not recognize a jacket, but look for maybe the shoes, or look for, my colleague Brian Crandall made a great point, look for the way they walk. Because maybe you recognize them. Maybe you're a pizza shop owner on Thayer and he comes in and gets a pizza on Friday night. Who knows? But that's what police are trying to do. They are working diligently. These officers have been out all day and they'll kind of probably be out all night. This is not an easy case. This suspect obviously may have known what he was doing, but you can guarantee that Providence Police will bring him to justice. So again, we are waiting on that video. I've been calling the mayor's people, because we need this video. We need to see it before 11 o'clock. We need to see it at 11 o'clock, and we need to play it more than once so that we can try to find out anything that will help us get this suspect, get this man, this killer who has come into this quiet, safe sanctuary of ours and disrupted it. And in the process, took 2 lives, and 2 families now, 2 weeks before Christmas, have to deal with it. So I'm trying to get some information. I'm trying to ask some tough questions, but we'll be staying on it as soon as I get that video. I'm going to call the mayor's office right now. So back to you guys.
Yeah, and police are also asking for more video. We're talking about that area at Hope and Waterman, in that very area where they think, the suspect on camera. So if you live in that area, check your Ring cameras, check your surveillance cameras, and see if you see somebody walking down Waterman Street, on the east side, in the direction down toward the water. So they'd be going east. down toward Wayland Square, that area. So if you have video, if you have ring camera video, surveillance camera video, check your ring cameras now and then call the Providence Police 401-272-3121 and give them any tips. They're getting tips. They're following up on the leads, so maybe you can help find this gunman too. He is still on the loose tonight. We're going to go back out to that earlier news conference where one of the police officials was talking.
The police have nothing.
Sure. What you're going to see is a video from the building where this incident took place, 184 Hope Street. It's of who we believe is the suspect, leaving that area, walking on Hope Street and taking a right on Waterman towards the water. He's going to be wearing dark clothing. You're not going to be able to see his face. Dark gray or black clothing. And some of the witnesses have also told us that he may have been wearing a camouflage gray mask. That is unconfirmed. But if anybody should recognize this person,
this is
in any
Waterman
way,
and Hope.
Seen him earlier, recognize his gait. Obviously, we want to know about that as soon as
You
possible.
had said, or somebody had said, and I want to make sure we're correct in reporting this, that he may have walked out of a building, and I'm wondering, how did he get access to the building, and is there video from inside the building?
That I don't have. I don't have the answer if
So
there's
walking
video inside
towards
that
the
building
water.
that depicts him. There is video inside that building. However, I haven't seen him on video inside that building, and he did walk out of the building.
So can
walked
you
away.
explain that to me in all this? So he was in the building, but we don't have video of him in the building.
We haven't recognized him in the video yet. We do see some video from inside the building of a commotion. Clearly, students are running. However, we don't have the from the video that I've seen so far. We don't have the suspect depicted in a video.
And the deputy police chief saying there, one of the things is you're not going to see the suspect's face in that video. But as Dan mentioned earlier, pay attention to the subtleties. Maybe pay attention to the suspect's gait. Pay attention to what the suspect's wearing. If anything stands out to you, law enforcement is going to want to hear from you. Again, they have reason to believe that he could still be in the area. And as you were mentioning, check your ring camera. Check anything that, you know, if you were in that area tonight getting dinner, whatever, think back to what you saw. Maybe phone in a tip. Maybe you saw someone taking off and running suspiciously. Police want to hear everything at this point because they are desperate to find this suspect.
Okay, we wanted to go back out live now. This is some video of the AMP, and there's a concert going on there right now. They made an announcement inside and, you know, just made sure people knew that there was still an active shooter. We can see the police up there. They have their guns. They've been walking people to their cars. We're expecting a big crowd to be coming out in the next half hour. It's a very active situation in Providence as we continue to cover this mass shooting at Brown University. 2 people are dead. 9 are being treated at Rhode Island Hospital. 1 was shot in the back. 1 was shot in the shoulder. And we just learned at a news conference that a 9th person was hit with shrapnel. All of the students, all the people who were shot are Brown University students. The 1 person with the shrapnel, we still don't know about that person. Christina Paxson confirmed, though, that all of the other people who were shot are Brown University students. It happened in the Barris and Holly Engineering Building on campus. This was right off Hope Street near Waterman Street. We know that it happened in the first floor in a classroom where students were taking tests, their final tests before they went on vacation. We have video that we are trying to effort to get out there because
do you have
this
video?
is the one piece of video that we have that we think may be identifying that suspect. He exited the building, went onto Hope Street, turned right on Waterman Street, and you can see him in dark clothing. The students said that he was wearing some kind of camo mask. We can't see the face, but maybe there's something else that you may recognize about him.
Yeah, so many unanswered questions at this point. Motive being chief among them. We haven't even heard anything about that at this point, whether this suspect was a student there, if the suspect knew anyone in the classroom. We're hoping for more answers as the hours and days go by. NBC 10's John Perrick is outside that engineering building now, very close to the scene of where this shooting transpired. John, what are you seeing now?
Yeah, guys, we're close to the scene right now, and I've been mentioning that we've been seeing crews with tactical gears walking around. This one here just walked right by us. it is still a very active scene. What you're seeing right now is, this is down Waterman Street actually, but here, if we just come right back here, I want to show you a side view of this engineering building that we've been talking about all night. And you can see Providence Police, they have a truck set up, a crime scene truck. There's also other law enforcement authorities have their trucks here towards the left right now. And we've mentioned that we've seen throughout the evening law enforcement going through bushes around here, looking through windows, trying to find anything they can that will help lead them to the potential suspect here, guys.
John, is the traffic moving freely along that area now, or are the roads still blocked off?
Hi, Patrice. Well, right now, Waterman, where we're on right now, they actually just blocked it off again. Police have been opening some roads, closing others. But again, as we've been reporting all night, it's a ghost town out here. Very few people around here right now, outside of law enforcement, of course. It is a police state in Providence.
And John, you are out there right now as officers are roaming around in tactical gear. I know you mentioned just a short while ago they were looking in bushes near you. What's it been like for you to be on the ground, you know, for all of these hours when an active shooter could be very close to you? How's it been for you?
Well, honestly, right now, we're just trying to learn information. That's it. If I'm being honest, I haven't had a second to think about that, Emily. You're looking live right now on what we've been talking about.
What time was the shooting at?
Armed law enforcement crews patrolling the area, looking for anything, again, that can lead them to a suspect. And now that I think about it, Emily, you know, it's something to think about, that, of course, there could be an active shooter around here, but when you see a lot of police crews and law enforcement, I think you feel okay. Emily?
Yeah, we have learned that 400 police officers are on the scene right now. When you see them walking around, do they look like local officers, or are they ATF, FBI, state police, Rhode Island?
The shooting happened just after
police?
4 p.m. Eastern. So almost 7 hours ago
Patrice,
at this
because
point.
inside of the
hours
engineering
ago.
school, they won't let us bring our camera over by the entrance, but I was able to walk there, and I looked inside. It was almost all FBI. Now, walking through the streets, those officers that we just showed you, they tend to just have police on them. Of course, these officers are wearing tactical gear, so it's hard to tell exactly what department they're from. But right now, when you look at the cruisers, it's cruisers from all over the state. Cumberland, North Providence. I even saw one from Newport. They're from all over the state. Of course, this is a massive response.
And you had been texting with somebody earlier. Have you heard from that person again?
Yeah, you know what, Patrice, I actually just texted her a minute ago to ask her if she's in one of the buildings here, one of the Brown University buildings. She just texted me. I texted her at 10:42, and she responded saying that she is still in a medical building. Of course, she was told to shelter in place. And again, for those that are just joining us live, this student who I've been texting, she told me that they actually took chairs and furniture in the room and pushed it up against the doors to ensure no one can get in. Patrice?
Okay. We're getting that video now. We're going to show you the video that, here it is.
Here it
This
is,
the person
finally.
Who they believe is the suspect in the shooting at Brown University. There you see him. Do you notice the walk? Do you recognize anything about this person?
looks short.
Wearing dark clothing. They think he
Hard
was
to tell
wearing
from this angle.
camouflage mask, perhaps. He may be in his 30s. You can see his gait. You can see the way he's walking. You don't see a gun. That's when he came out
Yeah, I see
of
no
Hope
gun.
Street, took a right on Waterman Street,
Strong
and is
male
walking
band.
toward Wayland Square. Do you know this person? Have you seen this
Yeah, I don't
person?
see a face
Is there
mask.
anything that you can help police with? They would like you to call them 401
If this is all they got,
272
they're screwed.
3121.
Really tough to make heads or tails of this because you're only seeing the back view of this person from a high angle. But
Right,
one of the things
yeah.
that does stand
They
out
just
to you
recorded the
upon
recording
viewing
to
this
upload it.
initially
They couldn't
is
figure out how to upload it.
how casually this person is walking away after just shooting 11 people, killing 2 of them. I mean, obviously that's part of how they were likely able to slip under the radar at
think he
least
looks
long
about
enough
5'9"?
until
I
law
think shorter.
enforcement converged on
But
the
it's-
scene.
I mean, it's hard to tell from this angle.
But you can see the suspect walking away, again, Hope and Waterman Street, just kind of a somewhat brisk pace, but not in any apparent hurry, in casual winter clothes that probably wouldn't stand out to the average person if they were passing by in the area.
He's holding
But if
something
you were
here,
in that
either
area
a handgun,
tonight, maybe start
possibly.
thinking, did I see a man casually walking by in winter clothes? Think back, and if you have a business in the area, review your surveillance footage. If you have a house in the area, review your ring
5'7".
footage. Police
5'7"
are
kinda
desperate
looks
for
about
any
right
tips
to me,
tonight.
but
Take a look at that gate.
once again,
there is something
it's hard.
unusual about that gate. Look at the way he walks. Look at his feet, the way they slightly turn out.
Yeah,
There's something a little bit unusual about it. This man is the person police believe killed 2 people today at Brown University and shot several others who remain, some in critical condition, at Rhode Island Hospital. It happened at the Barris and Holly Engineering Building on campus a little bit after 4 o'clock, Hope Street near Waterman Street, and that's exactly where he is right now. He is walking
Mr.
down
Motherfucker
Waterman
says
Street.
most of the
Do you
crosswalk
recognize
buttons
him?
are about
Do you recognize the
36
clothing,
inches,
the
so he's
gait,
short.
anything about this person? They think he may be in his 30s, but they're really not sure about that.
Yeah, Patrice, you mentioned that. Now I'm looking at it. You can see his ankles kind of roll in when he walks.
Yeah,
and his
you're
feet
right.
kind of
Yeah,
go
I
out.
think
You
he
can see,
might be
especially
even shorter.
Once
He
he
might be
passes
like
the sign
5'5",
right here, you
5'6".
can see the ankle rolling inward. So maybe that is a slight clue that someone might recognize that person in the video.
So this is brand new video. It's surveillance video that we just got from Providence Police.
Yeah, his head
This
barely
is the
goes
one clue
above.
they have about who this person could possibly be. Now there is some video from inside the Barris and Holly Engineering Building.
Once again,
at
though,
Brown
it is a weird
University,
angle.
from the
Sights.
first floor
It's
where
really hard
this
to tell.
shooting took place. But so far, all they can identify
This guy
in
says
that
he's using a
video
fake
is the
walking
students
gait. I
running.
did consider
they have
that.
not yet identified
smart,
the suspect. This is the
he
video
knows he's
we
being
have.
recorded
We
and he's
hopefully will
walking
get
weird on
more.
purpose.
But they want you to look at him. Dark clothing, maybe in his 30s, looks like he might have hat on or dark hair. His gait is interesting, and that might be the one clue that might tip you off that you might know somebody. And the police would like you to call them. The phone number is 401-272-3121, 401-272.
This can't be all they've got.
We're also getting new information
It's broad
that there
daylight.
is going to be
There have to be
another
other
press
video
conference
cameras in the
happening
area,
in about
right?
20
Like, right?
minutes. Right now, they're
Businesses,
telling us around
homes with Ring
11:15
cameras?
they will be having another press conference. We will bring it to you live during our 11 o'clock newscast. Hopefully, some new information, which would be great since the other one just wrapped up maybe just about an hour ago. So to have some new information on top of this video that was finally just released to us will hopefully bring some new leads to police and help them track this suspect down as it does approach, the midnight hour, and we're getting close to the what becomes the second
Caesar,
day
I think
of
this
this
is the
investigation,
campus
this
building
manhunt
video.
to find this killer who shot 11
That's my
people
understanding.
at Brown University, 2 of them dead tonight.
Now, as this man continues to walk down Waterman Street, looks like he's walking toward Wayland Square. A lot of businesses down there. So businesses, check your surveillance cameras. People who live in the area, check your Ring cameras and see if you see something. I'm
Lynn,
sure
I don't
that's
think
one
the
of
camera's
reasons
moving.
that,
It's the
John Parent
someone's recording this
saw the
video like on a phone or
had
something.
video
So
of those
that's what's
officers
moving.
walking down the street. They're probably walking down and seeing what kind of information they can have, what kind of video they have. But at this point, this is all we have at this point. That's the person they suspect being the mass shooter at Brown University today.
It's really interesting the more and more we loop this video, not to be redundant here, but I think this is incredibly helpful that we're looping this video because you can see there's also like a stutter to his step almost. It is a unique gait. The more we see of it, kind of flinging his legs forward at points and then rolling the ankles rolling in right there. It is a unique gait that will hopefully bring about more leads.
And you are watching continuing coverage of NBC 10 as we continue to cover the mass shooting at Brown University that has left 2 students dead and several others injured. Some are still in critical condition at Rhode Island Hospital tonight. All are students at Brown University.
And this has completely disrupted the night here in.
Okay, so here's the video. Lynn, you're saying the video moves? Are you sure it's not just the recording of the video that's moving? No, yeah, Lynn, it's just whoever's recording the video that's zooming in and out. It's not the actual original recording that's moving.
Live now. Dan?
Emily up because I noticed a couple of things when I watched that video, and this is what we really have to hone into, everybody at home. We can't play this enough. It's on all of our online platforms. But you notice there is a little bit of a difference in his walk. Everyone has their own particular style walk. But I also, I don't know if we can slow it down, but what I was trying to figure out is that when he takes the corner, there's a shadow on the brick wall on the corner, and it doesn't look like his leg. I was trying to figure out if that was a shadow of possibly a weapon. But again, I'm looking at my phone. So you guys can chime in. You know what? He's turning, and then there's like a little shadow on the brick wall there. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I see what you're talking about there.
Yeah, so they don't have a weapon, so I'm assuming that he allegedly may have taken the weapon with him. So I wasn't sure if that, I don't know what weapon, they're not telling us, but if that was something. But he definitely has a different walk. And Patrice, you raised a great point. Anybody who has a home on that street
Stroman,
needs
we're looking
to look
for
at your
someone with
camera
a shadow.
now, because he walked and he had a mission.
Oh no, it's nighttime. We're screwed.
Who knows? He might live in the east side. So, and it makes you question also, did he know where the cameras were? Was he familiar with that building so that he didn't get caught on camera inside the building? So a lot of questions, and of course the Providence's finest is delving into all that.
Yeah, and you wonder too, as you look at this, Dan, if his right arm is actually on a gun.
Yeah.
Because he's got his right arm, the other arm is swinging, but the right arm has it right up against him. So either he's got his hand on the gun or maybe stuffed down in his pants on the right
so
side.
it wasn't
Maybe
the
that's
mayor.
causing him to walk a little funny too.
Wasn't Mayor Vampire Smiley. We know that now.
That's what I was saying, Patrice. So if and I'm sure our producers will, I know we just got the video, and thank you to the mayor's office, but as he takes that turn, there's a shadow. And it's almost as if he takes his right hand and pulls it in a little bit, because his left hand is, if I'm walking down the street, I'm walking with both hands, right? But when he went around that corner, it almost looked like he had something. Joe, can we go a little bit further here? I'm not a police officer, but I'm just saying.
Why does this look like AI writing?
And that was the shadow, and then he kind of went like this. So we'll be. That's going to be played out internationally for hours tonight. So that's obviously what the police are looking into.
So Caesar, can you see the streets in
All
that
right, Dan
intersection where the Hope Street
Janik
is
live on the field for us. We are going to bring you a complete wrap of this in just a moment. But one of the things that we were talking about too in that video that we were looking at, if his hand is in his pocket, that indicate, and if the gun is in there, that indicates this was likely not an assault rifle, but something smaller.
Yeah, you really can't tell. I mean, he could be just holding it like this. He could be holding it because it might be on the side of him. We don't really know. We're speculating.
That's where he was turning,
right? Look at that video because
there.
it is really interesting the way he is walking.
So
Maybe he's
is the camera? Okay, there's the camera.
His feet were kind of turned out.
There's the camera.
He had a different, kind of walk to him. So maybe some people out there might recognize
where he was walking.
So we're going to be playing this over and over, and we hope that you will call the police if you know anything. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I mean, so that's clearly the camera that we're watching. Right there.
Right now on the night team, 2 people are dead, 9 others hurt after a mass shooting at Brown University.
And right now, the shooter is still on the loose. Police are asking for your help to track down the suspect.
In fact, we'll go to the next intersection, see if
Sadly,
there's a camera. Okay, so he's walking this way down Waterman.
The state of Rhode Island prayed would never come.
Let's walk down this way. Let's see.
All of Providence on edge as police continue their hunt for the gunman. They are urging everyone in the area to stay inside. Thanks for joining us for this special edition of the Night Team on NBC 10 News. I'm Emily Bowles.
It is a sad day in Rhode Island, a sad day in Providence, a sad day at Brown University. We have live Team 10 coverage as police have entire sections of the city blocked off. after a mass shooting at Brown University involving Brown University students.
Take a look at this. Police have brought in RIPTA buses to help bring those students who have been sheltering in place to safety. Mayor Brett Smiley says the shelter-in-place order on and around Brown's campus is still in effect.
Well, I mean, who's to say he kept walking straight,
to call the tip line you see right there on your screen, 401-272-3121.
Wait, which brick
and police
building?
just released this video of the suspected shooter. It's difficult to get a good look at him as he turns the corner down Waterman Street in this video.
We begin our team coverage now with NBC 10's Dan Janig.
Which brick building did you guys see?
He is live at the intersection of Thayer and George Streets with a closer look at that video tonight. Dan?
Listen, that video was released just moments ago, and this is the only evidence that we know of that they have in this case. What I can tell you is that
that's a camera? I think that's a light.
Just released it. Now we want to watch it. This is video, surveillance video of the suspect, or they believe the suspect, dressed in black and exiting the building where he had shot
the brick one.
10 people inside the classroom. 10 people shot. The 11th victim had shrapnel from the shooting.
Austin, we can't be geoguessr. We ain't cracking this here case.
Couple things that we're noticing, and again, we're reporters, they're investigators, but
Lynn, I don't know. I don't think there are traffic cameras.
The way the suspects walk. Take a look. He has a very kind of unique walk.
Actually, maybe
his feet go out just a tad bit.
Are those cameras?
The other thing we noticed too is
those kind of do look like cameras.
The side of the brick building, or rather the brick corner, you see a shadow.
So you guys are saying there's a camera on this porch?
The shadow looks like it may be possibly a weapon.
Or is that a light?
He kind of takes his right hand and he puts it closer to his vest. We're just
is that a camera or a light?
Obviously, police are taking a closer look. We know that they have not found the weapon either. And then he disappears. So it's so desperate
those aren't
now
cameras. Those are
that
just
they
sensors.
find anyone who may have video that would pick up the pieces from where he walked. So you have a Ring camera, any kind of cameras you have in your house, and you're in that neighborhood. Look at it right now, because they want to kind of put it. Where did he go? Did he walk into a car? Did he walk into a house?
Lights.
We don't know that. There was also video taken inside the building where he opened fire, and I asked police and the mayor about that today.
You had said, or somebody had said, and I want to make sure we're correct in reporting this, that he may have walked out of the building, and I'm wondering, how did he get access to the building, and is there video from inside the building?
That I don't have. I don't have the answer if there's video inside that building that depicts him. There is video inside that building. However, I haven't seen him on video inside that building, and he did walk out of the building.
So can you explain that to me?
Is that a camera?
So he was in the building, but we don't
right
have
there?
video of him in the building.
We haven't recognized him in the video.
Looks like it might be a
camera. We do
camera.
see some video from inside the building of a commotion. Clearly, students are running. However, we don't have the from the video that I've seen so far. We don't have the suspect depicted in a video.
I asked a follow-up question because I didn't understand it, to be quite honest with you. There's video in the building, but we don't. So it must be that they have the camera angle is focused.
But I mean, we're already.
And whether the suspect knew
several blocks
whether
down the
he was
street
familiar
at
with
that
the building
point.
is all part of this investigation. I'm about a block or 2 blocks away from where the shooting is, and as you can see, it is a pretty heavy police presence. This area is like a police state. It is shut down. And while the search is on, helicopters in the air, we can't forget that 2 students lost their lives today in that classroom doing what so many of us and so many of our kids have done, taking a final exam to end the semester and head home. Our team coverage continues with my colleague John Perrick, who's just a couple of blocks from where I am, but closer to the scene. And John, I'm not sure from your vantage point if you could see possibly any surveillance cameras.
Well, Dan, what we have been able to see, though, are not surveillance cameras on the building, but Ring cameras on the houses surrounding the building. Here it is.
They won't stop
this
with
is
the
a
ring
side
cameras.
view of the engineering building in question. Outside of it, a Providence Police investigation truck, law enforcement all over the area, FBI inside. Here,
Yeah,
let's show
apparently
you
you're
what
right,
this area
Caesar.
has looked like for the past few hours. Law enforcement in tactical gear with ARs walking block to block in small groups. Police searching every nook and cranny of this east side neighborhood. Officers looking in bushes and under cars. Police even walking by with breaching equipment. It's used often to break down doors. As for this area, it's not considered the center of Brown's campus by any means. It's a residential area with Brown buildings scattered throughout. There's a few local private schools around here too. Wheeler's a block away from us. A lot of people here on Hope Street and by Waterman Street are Providence residents, not students. Many of them are shaken.
It's a bit disconcerting, there's no question. We've never seen anything like this around here ever before, and hopefully never again. It was about 4:15 and I was up in my house and just looked out and saw a complete lockdown of the street with rescue vehicles from all over the state, and knew something was clearly pretty serious.
And then you see the FBI out here, assault rifles.
Yeah, we saw tactical teams, Kevlar vests, guns drawn. It was pretty serious, obviously.
Another live look here outside of the engineering building where it's believed this all started. A look at the law enforcement response. Again, inside, I walked by the front door of that building, FBI agents inside. Now, I just actually spoke again with a student who said she is sheltered in place inside one of these Brown University buildings. I texted her to see if she was still there. She said yes. She told me that she's got some furniture up against the door to make sure no one gets in. Let's now send things over to our Aaron Coogan standing by with this continued Team 10 coverage. Aaron?
John, just a couple blocks where you are is the Brook Street Fire Station. It's become kind of the information hub for everything breaking, developing at the city level, at the police level. And we've learned a lot tonight. Of course, the major breaking development, that video coming from the Barris and Hawley Engineering School of that suspect leaving the building again on the Hope Street side of the building. And so significant because that's right now the only evidence that police have and that are working with of this suspect. At this point, police and city officials still say they don't have any identifiable video from inside the building of that suspect, let alone any information as to what the students and victims inside the engineering building were there for, whether it was a final, a club, or class. And for the first time tonight, we heard from Brown University President Christina Paxton, who says she was on a plane to D.C. when the first shots were fired.
I really appreciate everything that the local law enforcement and everybody is doing to help find this person, make sure that we can be safe as a community. Our focus right now is on supporting the families who have been affected by this, the families of the 2 students who sadly lost their lives today, as well as the 8, now 9 students who are in the hospital. We've been in touch with their families. I will talk to them soon. But, we will come together as a community and we'll get through this.
We are getting another press conference from Providence Mayor Brett Smiley and other authorities. Okay. You are looking at it live. They are stepping forward to the podium with new information. We just heard from them about an hour ago. We're going to listen in now to this new information.
Interpreter, is this an okay location for you all? You want a little bit closer? Okay, very good. Thank you. Does anyone else need additional time to set up?
Yeah, we're good.
Good? Everyone good? Okay. Good evening. Again, Providence Mayor Brett Smiley with another update. Just to let the community know, unless we have really meaningful updates or breaking news through the night, this will be our last update of the evening. We will absolutely share if there are important or impactful updates in the middle of the night, but at this time we're expecting this to be the last update for now. Again, I'm joined by Governor Dan McKee, and the state's partnership and cooperation and assistance through this process has been invaluable, and I want to thank the governor for that. Also joined by members of the Providence City Council who have done an excellent job of keeping their constituents involved and informed through what an extraordinarily stressful night for everybody in the city of Providence and throughout the state of Rhode Island. Special acknowledgement and recognition to the councilman for this neighborhood, whose neighborhood is under a shelter in place right now, which is Councilman John Goncalves. Thank you, Councilman. At this time, we have no further update to provide in the status of our investigation.
What is this?
And the search for the individual who is still at large.
This is an update to tell us there's no more updates.
The individual we believe to be the shooter. We know that there is not a clear shot of the face in what was provided, but we continue to canvass the neighborhood and the campus for additional video footage, still photography, and are interviewing witnesses. I mentioned earlier we are asking for help from the community in terms of tips or relevant information, and I want to thank the FBI who has set up a new website to allow for videos or photos to be uploaded. I'd like to share that with you at this time, and we'll provide it also after the fact. But the website address is fbi.gov/Brown University shooting. Again, that's fbi.gov Brown University shooting. We know that the telephone line doesn't allow, obviously, for the uploading of video or photographs. This website does allow for that, and our partnership with the FBI, which has been excellent throughout the evening, they quickly stood up this resource to allow us to comb through additional evidence or tips as they may come in. The Providence Police also has a specific tip line now for this incident. That phone number is 401-652-5767. Again, that's 401-652-5767. That's the Providence Police tip line specifically for this incident. Before I turn it over to the governor, I just want to speak to the shelter in place that remains in effect for the Brown campus and the surrounding areas. We will keep the shelter in place in effect until such time as it has been lifted. It has been very helpful both for the safety and security of our neighbors, but more importantly for the investigation that remain in effect. It has allowed police, Providence Police, Brown Police, and all of our partners to canvass the neighborhood, look for evidence, assess if there are additional cameras that may yield video evidence, and to do a visual search to help provide and ensure a sense of safety for our community. Having this shelter in place allows them to do their work in the first phase of the investigation. And so we will notify the community through official Providence channels when the shelter is lifted, but it remains in effect to allow law enforcement to conclude and conduct this chapter of the investigation. I also want to speak directly to the fact that it is Saturday night, tomorrow is Sunday, a week before Christmas, in a city with a lot of things going on. There are shows, a lot of families will be headed to church in the morning, and we, at this time, are not recommending that those events be canceled. It's a personal choice whether you want to cancel your holiday party, but we do not feel it is necessary. In the hours that have eclipsed since the initial shooting, we've received no additional credible information that there is any specific ongoing threat from this individual, and so we do not believe these events need to be canceled. We do believe you can safely go to church in the morning. In order to provide an additional sense of safety and comfort and confidence, there will be an enhanced and visible law enforcement presence throughout the community tomorrow. We want people to know that there are hardworking men and women in law enforcement there for their protection and safety. And it's been a blur of the last couple of hours, but I would like to reiterate our deep gratitude for how hard law enforcement is working right now. They will be up and out all night tonight and throughout the day tomorrow, and will remain hard at work until the individual responsible is brought to justice. But tomorrow on Sunday, you will see police officers throughout the city, and we are receiving and relying on and grateful for the assistance from the state police and our neighboring communities, all of whom have offered to help. We know this is a scary time, but we also know that tomorrow there is some business that needs to get done. People want to take their kids to church in the morning, and we want them to feel comfortable doing so. Those are the updates that I have to share. I'd like to invite Governor McKee to share a few words. Then we'll hear from Colonel Perez, Chief of the Providence Police Department, and then we'll take your questions. Governor?
So I said earlier, the unthinkable has happened here in Rhode Island, and our thoughts and prayers go to the people who have been personally impacted in the Brown community, but also we want to make sure that we recognize the state is coming together as a whole around this issue, Mayor, rallying around Providence, Brown University. As a parent, grandparent, we know that we have deep feelings right now in the state, but they're coming together, and I think that that's something that we can certainly rally behind as we enter into the second day. At the hospital, shout out to our nurses and our medical staff that is taking care of 9 individuals right now, and also to the communities at large that have responded to you, Mayor, right? Whether they're coming from my hometown of Cumberland or all around the state of Rhode Island. So we're rallying behind one another. We're going to continue that in day 2. The state pledges all its resources to the City of Providence. We'll continue partnering with our federal officials as well to make sure that justice comes to the individual that pulled the trigger and caused death. And families that are going to have to deal with this for a lifetime. So I'm happy that we're able to respond, but very sad about what we're responding to.
Thank you, Governor. Now we'll get a brief update from Colonel Oscar Perez, Chief of the Providence Police Department.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, as the Mayor stated, obviously, first and foremost, my thoughts and prayers to the family for losing their loved ones, especially in these times of the holidays that we'll get together with our family. So beyond that, I'll tell you that when the call came in, immediately our officers responded. Providence Police was here within minutes. At that point, obviously, we communicated with Brown Police and we did what we needed to do. At this point, as the Mayor stated, we're going to continue to canvass the area. We have enhanced enforcement in the city. I got to thank our municipalities, our brothers and sisters from other municipalities who actually reached out immediately asking if I needed anything, as well as the state police, and so we're there with that, as well as the federal agencies, the FBI, ATF, who came and responded immediately and provided extra personnel, extra resources. At this point, it's all hands on deck, and I'll tell you that it was said by the Mayor and it was said by the Governor. It will be our job to ensure that the individual is responsible is brought to justice. I think that as a father, as a brother, as an uncle, I think that we want to bring justice and sort of relief to these families, and again, my heart goes out to them. I'll tell you that the Mayor mentioned about the shelter in place. It's important to keep that in mind. These are fluid, dangerous situations, and we need to make sure that operationally the police department can do their job. That's canvassing the area, identifying suspects if we need to, continue to stop vehicles if we need to. At this point, we want to make sure that everyone's safe, and then once we realize that that's the case, we'll make sure that that's lifted. Again, I thank the officers of this department that stepped up immediately and quickly. Do I wish that we would have been here prior? Absolutely. But I know for a fact the Special Response Unit was here, our task force was here, narcotics was here, everyone that was working, including the commander, who drove here immediately. That goes without saying that this city is well protected and will continue to be well protected, and we will continue to ensure that we do what we need to do to bring those people in justice. And I thank the Mayor for the support and everybody else that's here for that. So thank you. Yes. Yes, go ahead, John.
Just so we're clear.
Yes.
This individual goes into this classroom, this building, fires, and then exits. So nothing else on the campus, seems very targeted. Is there a student that flunked out of the class? Seems to be some connection, that building, that classroom.
Correct, and that's a great point, John, and I'll tell you that Detective Division is looking into that. Obviously, Major LaPena is actually on the street right now, as well as the captains, and that's something that we need to look at, right? What was this building? Why was this classroom? And as well, work very closely with ground police to see what type of resources they have in the building so that we can utilize to find the evidence that we need to follow and identify who this individual was.
So one quick follow-up. When you look at that video,
Yes.
he's going right down Waterman, comes up Hope Waterman. What does that tell you? He seems fairly calm. He's not running. He's walking at a brisk pace. Your background, what does that tell you about this subject?
I'll tell you, these individuals, you see it nationwide. You never think it would happen here in the city of Providence, but that's the dynamic actions that they do. And it's exactly what you saw, and it's something that we have to investigate further to figure out who this individual was. But we'll take that into account. Go ahead, Pat.
Chief, could you reach out to the Spanish-speaking community and give us some type of words so we can direct it to those folks?
Yes, yes, I'll say in Spanish. Muchas gracias, verdaderamente mis condolencias para las personas. Es muy importante dejarles saber a las familias que perdieron sus hijos, sus
Asking the really important questions here.
Les pasó algo esta noche, pero quiero que entiendan que el Departamento de la Policía de Providence va a continuar haciendo lo que necesitan hacer. Estamos acá con las diferentes agencias federales y también con otras municipalidades haciendo lo que necesitamos para identificar este individuo que fue el responsable, y también el alcalde dio diferentes tip lines que la tienen.
I might have some new information on that, VCL.
Te las puedo dar, que el número es el 401-652-5763, y ese es el Departamento de la Policía de Providence. Y también el FBI tiene otro website en el cual, si tú tienes cualquier tipo de evidencia,
Drummond is the
como
shooter in
cualquier
Mexico
tipo de
now. He could be.
fotos o cualquiera que tú pienses que
He could
puede
have hopped on a
lo puedes
plane
enviar
and
al
he could have been in Mexico hours
a un
ago.
website que es la fbi.gov.
But can we get a few words for the people who identify as
de
trees?
atrás, Brown University Shooting. Ahí puedes encontrar. Si necesitas más información, llama al departamento que ahí te la vamos a dar. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you for that. Just pretty much one. Just go ahead.
Is there a helicopter being used for the search?
At this point, no, but I'll tell you that we have the resources that we need and equipment that we need based on the technology that we recently purchased with the assistance of the mayor to make sure that the department can provide those resources. Go ahead.
Brown sent out a map of the perimeter for the shelter in place. How did that location come to be, and what information do you have to have that perimeter for this shelter?
So this is fluid, right? And that's where it happened. That's where it's maintained. That's where the department is concentrated. That's where we want to make sure we have operational control of that area. It's fluid, it's dangerous. We want to make sure that that's the area we're
Is there a
concentrating at this
submarine
point
being
because that's
used?
where it occurred.
Are there any cops on snowmobiles in the area? Just in
Well, in the
case.
sense of that's where it
case
occurred.
he
We're still
went to
fresh. Again, I just
Canada.
told you earlier that we're canvassing the area. We want to make sure that we're not going to read door. We want to make sure that we identify anything, any evidence that we may need to collect. It takes time. It's ballistics that we may need to
Frank,
seize.
that was probably a
It's all
news
part of the
helicopter.
evidence, and we want to make sure that we have the time, resources, and the space that is untouched so that we can seize the evidence that we need.
Is there no video from inside the classroom that would help people get a better look at?
So that's the video that the mayor released earlier that we have, and we're looking at all the footage. And once we have more that is helpful, we're going to release it.
But I'm saying inside the class, inside the building, you know, because the video is him walking away, and there's nothing that shows his face.
So, yeah, go ahead, sir.
At this time, we've found no useful video from inside the building.
Mayor, as we enter hour 7 now, do we have any clearer picture as to what was going on in that classroom?
No. As was reported earlier, there were 2 final exams taking place in the building. Precisely what was happening inside that classroom, I don't have any further updates. I don't know if the provost does either. We heard from him earlier. This is Provost Frank Doyle.
Thank you, Mayor. This time of year, we have finals going on. I mentioned that earlier today. But in a building like that on a weekend, there are a lot of things going on. Study sessions, student groups meeting, there are research labs in that building. So we don't have detailed knowledge of exactly what was happening, but we're working with law enforcement.
You haven't
They're
asked
the ones
these
that have to drive
questions
that
yet?
investigation.
8 hours
Are
later?
campus happenings being canceled for tomorrow?
At this time, we will not be having final exams tomorrow.
Provost, what do you say
Tomorrow's
to
Sunday.
parents from around the country that are watching this tonight, that are scared for their children they send to your school to be safe? What do you say to parents tonight in the wake of this tragedy?
Yeah, this is, as the mayor and the governor pointed out, an unthinkable act, incomprehensible, right? None of us could prepare our kids for this, the parents. We've been in touch with the parents. The president's not here right now because she was at the hospital tending to the students, and she's now at the Nelson shelter-in-place location. We've communicated and put the word out to the parents. The perimeter that was spoken about earlier is part of a safe approach to managing the campus and getting students back in their dorm rooms. We'll continue to support them. That's our top priority.
I have a question for either the colonel or the representative from the FBI. Either one.
Go ahead, John.
Colonel, Brown is, international students. Have airports been alerted? Is it possible right now someone is at an airport and they maybe notice someone suspicious? It could be a Brown student that committed this and is flying back to wherever they're from.
So we're working very closely with different agencies, as I mentioned, as well as the state police and every other, whether it's the airport, RIPTA, or any other Amtrak, anyone else that we think that they know already, and also we're following up, detectives following up with information if needed. We're checking everything that we can. That's part of our job and our mission, and we'll continue to do it. That's, as you know, the city was, the crime rate was down, obviously, as you know, and I really got full faith on my detectives and our detectives and the Providence Police, so we'll continue to do what we need to do to inform everyone and request the assistance from others if we need to. So.
And it's safe to say the gunman is not a student because he's in his 30s? Is that a fair statement?
So I'll tell you that we have someone of interest in that video, but that's all we have at this point, so I can't elaborate on anything else. So.
I think it was possibly.
Yeah, we don't know whether the individual's a student or not.
In that video, it's hard to see the shooter's right hand, and you believe he's holding something.
You've seen the video just like we have, and so the video unfortunately does not disclose as many identifiable or detailed features as we would like, which is why the investigation is ongoing, looking for additional footage, pictures, video that might help enhance our investigation. It's just impossible to say. So, as I mentioned, Pat, last question.
Last question. Two quick notes from the gentleman from the FBI. Is the head of the FBI, Mr. Patel, aware of this, and what resources do you plan on bringing? Go ahead.
No, absolutely. Ted Dock, Special Agent in charge of FBI Boston, which covers Rhode Island. Yes, we've brought every resource to bear here. We have tactical individuals here. We have investigative. We have intel that also has integrated with the locals here as well. We have also a reconstruction team flying in from D.C. to also be a part of that scene to help to figure out maybe what happened there. We have evidence response team here as well. And so we have the full breadth of the FBI integrated into this team to try to find out what has happened and absolutely bring this individual to justice.
Do you have confidence that you'll catch this guy, or do you have a message to him tonight if he's watching?
I mean, I want to make things clear. When this community as a whole, my heart goes out to them. This is a community in which we're a part of. We have agents and staff and analysts that live in this community. And so we have individuals, kids that go to this school here as well. And so when someone messes with this community, I think the mayor and the governor, they stated it very well, that we stick together. And so that message will be that for anyone who has committed this heinous act, we will turn over every stone to make sure that we bring this individual to justice.
And as the governor mentioned at our previous briefing, the governor was called personally by the director of the FBI, offering his full assistance, and we're grateful for that. As I mentioned, we plan on this being our last update of the evening. If there is a meaningful update, we will notify you all, and we're not afraid to update you in the middle of the night, but we will ensure that it's a meaningful update. Otherwise, we will plan on reconvening tomorrow and provide updates throughout the day. Thank you very much.
All right, take this with a grain of salt because it's the internet. But let's see, who is this guy? Severe Weather Chaser. Okay, a Severe Weather Chaser says a Brown University professor has stated the mass shooting happened in her Principles of Economics class. She said that the shooter entered the rear of the classroom, yelled something, and started firing. Once again, take it with a grain of salt. That's not official. It's not nothing official from anyone official, but it's something.
ms.gov/Brown University shooting. If you have anything you want to share with law enforcement, send that over to them straight away. NBC 10's Dan Janig is on the scene once again, and he's got more information for us at this hour. Dan.
Yeah, Emily and Patrice, before we roll the video of the suspect, I just want to...
Here's some footage from inside Brown. I'm not sure when this was taken.
Hands. Everybody get your hands. Hands. Just keep your hands up for us. Obviously there's something going on. We're here to help you. Just listen to what we have to say, okay? All right, breathe. Anybody hurt? No? All right, just listen to our commands. We will get you out of here safely. Is this it? Is this the group?
If you have your bags, your phones, we'll grab it now. Quickly.
Go, quick, go.
In orderly, fast. Let's go. Good job.
Hurry up.
Put this together. Where did he go? How in 2025, with all the cameras that we have, how did this suspect walk into the night and disappear? And 7 hours later, we are still not closer to finding it. So this is why you have to look for little intricacies. The way he walks. He wasn't really duck-toed, but his left foot went out a little bit. We also noticed a shadow as he went around that brick corner right there. And he just kind of slowly walks down. There was a good question asked in the news conferences. What does that say about a suspect? Was this somebody who knew what was going on in that classroom? And, you know, I was tough on the Brown University president, and I'm just listening to this news conference from a couple of blocks away. It just is stunning to me that 7.5 hours later, nobody knows what was happening in that classroom. So there was 2 finals in the building, but there were also study groups. Because one would think that when they know what was being done in that particular class.
Brown University has billions of dollars in endowments. It is one of the best universities in the country, a top Ivy League college, and they do not appear to have updated security cameras in or on or around their buildings. That is insane.
So that was the questions I'm asking. We still don't know it, but this is all part of police work, and they're going to go through it. They're going to figure out what was there. But this obviously looked like it was targeted, that he walked down a hallway and went into one particular classroom. Again, we don't know. That's the police officer's work, and there are several people, police officers with guns drawn around us now. So this is going to be a long night, guys.
All right, Dan Janig on the scene for us this evening. As we also talked about tonight, now 7 hours after the shooting, there's still not a clear image of the gunman's face.
Yeah, we do know that there is video from inside that engineering building, but so far we've only seen some students, according to the police, and they have not yet identified that suspect from that video. We only have the video from outside. Brian Crandall is here with a closer look at how police are trying to get a closer look at that person's face. Brian?
Oh, Patrice, Emily, as Dan was talking about, a lot of questions how in this day and age with so many cameras that we're so used to as to how there's not a better image at this point. Now, there could be clues in that image, the video that Dan was talking about, how the person walked. But police said there is a camera inside the Brown University engineering building where the shooting happened. They could see a commotion. They could see students running. But again, not the gunman, at least not that they know. And what about any cameras in the area on Providence's busy east side? Dan was talking about people, if they have video camera on their doorbell cameras or anything like that, to let law enforcement know.
They're literally begging the public
expert Todd McGee
for
about
their doorbell
what could be
cameras
happening with law enforcement
because they have nothing.
Oftentimes we see the investigation unfold extremely quickly. And you notice in the first press conference, there was very little information that was released. That's by design, and I support the limited amount of information that's released. Law enforcement wants to get it right once they start publicizing information, but this is where your resources of the federal government will come in.
And again, the FBI is helping out, and it would seem that part of that is trying to collect video. That's what their website is for. If people have images, to send it to them, to upload it there. And at this point, it's critical to have images for the public to see, because police need help determining who this is, where he is, because if you take at face value what they're saying publicly, they don't know. They don't know if it's a student. They don't know if it's someone from the area. They don't know if it's someone who traveled to the area. The only thing police say is they believe he may be in his 30s. The video we do have of that suspect, again, walking from Hope onto Waterman toward the waterfront. So if anybody has video from that area, please let law enforcement know about it as they try to track down this suspect now almost 8 hours after the mass shooting at Brown University. Patrice, Emily?
All right, Brian, thanks. Obviously, students it's such an emotional toll for them this evening, whether they are still hiding in those classrooms sheltered in place, like John Perrick was mentioning, some of his contacts in there. Others seeking shelter in a safe space tonight with heavy police guard.
Yeah, teachers and students and parents traumatized by this. NBC 10's Leanna Falk is joining us from the Reunification Center at Brown University. Leanna?
Yeah, Patrice, Emily, hundreds, and I mean hundreds of Brown University students have continued to arrive here at the Family Reunification Center and Student Safe Haven here on Hope Street. This is the athletic center, and they've been escorted here by RIPTA buses, Providence police vans, and at some points, Providence officers just right on foot. There was a moment here where there were about 5 RIPTA buses that were packed from front to back with students arriving here for Safe Haven. This has been a landing spot for many of them as we have been pulling them from across the campus as the search continues for the gunman who is the result of this. Now, over the past 3 hours, we've watched a steady stream of students arrive at Brown's athletic complex, many visibly shaken. Police escorted students here from multiple locations across campus, including the library, academic buildings, and even a nearby supermarket for one, as officials work to clear areas and clear buildings impacted by today's deadly shooting. Now, this center now serves as both a shelter-in-place and a reunification site, offering students a secure space while investigators continue their search. Some students we talked to still feeling the shock of what's happened.
Didn't register the importance, like how big a deal it was. At first, it just kind of seemed. I felt like at first I just thought it was something like way off campus or something like, and then when I found out it was directly next to me, just like it's still hard to grasp.
This is a really hard time, and this just shows exactly why gun violence is such a problem in the United States, and it's something that needs to be taken care of.
I am super proud of my students that they took good care of themselves and for each other in this terrible, terrible incident.
Can't confirm it's going to be safe until they have. So, I understand why everything has to be this way, because they can't ensure our safety until they have the guy.
Yeah, and now the latest bus, the RIPTA bus, has arrived, dropping off even more students. And I think the big question is, what happens over the next few hours? Because it's yet to be determined, I guess, how long until police officers are going to be able to find the person responsible for this. So we don't know how long until students will really feel safe here. And because of that, they've all been brought here. But over the next few hours, you have to think, are they sleeping here? When will meals be provided? All of that kind of stuff. And so we're going to have to really find out what the next couple of hours are going to look like for the, again, hundreds of students that have arrived here at the athletic complex. And it seems likely that they won't be able to go until it's deemed safe, at least for the surrounding Brown University area. In Providence, Leanna Falk, back to you.
Leanna, we see a lot of students that were walking behind you. Were those just dropped off by another bus?
Yes, and another bus just arrived as well. Paul, let's get off sticks really quickly. Yeah, you can just turn and you can see this is 2 RIPTA buses. You can see them back to back, and they're both filled from front to back with students or people who were associated with the Brown University campus. So these are buses that have been arriving every 10 15 minutes or so over the past 3 hours. It's picked up most recently, but again, these are all students, and they are all here essentially looking for safety and security amidst this tragedy.
Leanna Falk live and scene in Providence for us this evening. Leanna, thank you. We also have brand new video just in. This is from inside one of the buildings at Brown University. We don't know which building this is. You can see the students sheltering in place here. It's kind of shot quickly, but there's a lot of students huddled together. And this one, students hiding under desks. It looks like they've barricaded themselves with some chairs there. And you can see them just hiding out. Here's another vantage point of students crowded into a room together. Some of these, it's different in each of them. Some of them, they're casually talking. Other ones, you can see they're under the desks, clearly terrified, very understandably so, after this gunman opened fire.
And that gunman is still on the loose tonight, and you can see those students just sitting in there under their desks, standing shoulder to shoulder, wondering what's next. They know this is not a drill. This is the real thing. We don't know how long ago this was taken, but we do know that the shelter in place continues at Brown University. And John Perrick told us earlier that he is still texting with a person who was in a medical building there and continues to shelter in place. There must be a lot of students at Brown University tonight who are in their dorms, in the classrooms, just waiting for police to say it's okay to come out. Frightening, frightening scene.
So frightening. And with 2 students dead, 9 more injured, obviously, this is a huge national story. President Trump says he has also been briefed on the shooting.
Here's his full remarks on the White House lawn.
I've been fully briefed on the Brown University situation, what a terrible thing it is. And all we can do right now is pray for the victims and for those that were very badly hurt, it looks like. And we'll inform you later as to what's happening, but it's a shame. It's a shame. Just pray. Thank you very much.
It is a shame.
And tonight, members of Rhode Island's congressional delegation are also offering their condolences and support for the victims in this tragedy. Representative Gabe Amo saying a statement in part, quote, "The loss of 2 lives is an unimaginable tragedy for their families," adding, "The scourge of mass shootings is a horrific stain on our nation. We must seek policies to ensure that these tragedies do not strike yet another community and no more lives are needlessly taken from us."
And Senator Sheldon Whitehouse also reacting to the shooting tonight, saying, quote, "I'm praying for the victims and their..."
This is interesting. In 2025, 2 unions representing Brown University Department of Public Safety officers and staff issued votes of no confidence in Police Chief Rodney Chapman and Deputy Chief John Vinson. These votes, one unanimous in August, September, and another in October, cited concerns like toxic workplace culture, staffing shortages, high turnover, retaliation fears, and mismanagement affecting campus safety. The unions highlighted that leadership priorities strained resources, but these were internal union expressions of dissatisfaction. This could be telling us a little bit something about the incompetence of the situation today and this evening.
Information from the sports world about this.
Yeah, Patrice, while the Providence and State come together on such a tragic night, sports teams from around the region are beginning to send their thoughts and support to those affected by this senseless act of violence at Brown University. The Patriots, who will take on the Bills tomorrow from Gillette Stadium at 1 p.m., sent this statement out on social media, quote, "The New England Patriots are heartbroken by the horrific events at Brown University. We extend our deepest sympathies to those affected and their families, and we remain grateful to the first responders and law enforcement who acted swiftly to protect the students, faculty, staff, and the community. We stand with Brown University and our neighbors in Rhode Island during this difficult time." If some of you may already know, when the Patriots host a game at Gillette Stadium, the opposing team flies into TF Green and stays in downtown Providence, and that's where the Bills are tonight. Currently, the New York Times and athletic reporter Diana Rossetti reporting just around 5 o'clock, right around 8 p.m., quote, "The Buffalo Bills are staying at a downtown hotel in Providence, less than 2 miles from the active shooter scene near Brown University. She's told all players and staff are safe and accounted for at that time, and Brown has urged an area to shelter in place as the police respond. Obviously, that shelter in place order is still in effect. Tonight's events now even affecting the NFL. Meanwhile, the Red Sox also sharing this on social media. Our Red Sox family is thinking of everyone at Brown University tonight. This act of violence has shaken a cherished part of our New England community. We're with the students, the faculty, their loved ones, and all who are feeling the weight of tonight. And shortly ago, the Boston Bruins, along with the Providence Bruins, released this joint statement. Quote, the Boston and Providence Bruins are extremely saddened to learn of the tragic events that took place this evening at Brown University. We extend our heartfelt sympathies to those affected and keep their families in the Brown University community and the city of Providence in our thoughts. And Rhode Island FC, who plays just minutes away from the shooting right off of East Ave, also released a statement. Now remember, the stadium is in Pawtucket. Hope, you have East Ave and then goes to Hope Street, then Thayer Street. So very close ties the sports world has to this horrible event that happened at Brown, as the sports community tries to do their best to bring this shattered community together. For now, Kevin Moore in the studio. Emily Patrice, I'll toss things back to you.
Okay, you're watching our live coverage of the mass shooting at Brown University. We're going to shift gears here a bit and turn things over to Jason Doris, who is standing by with the weather. And one thing we have to consider is it's very cold out there tonight, and we have 400 police officers who are out on the streets searching for this gunman.
And now we have snow coming too, Jason.
Yeah, that is right. We also have our Storm Team 10 weather alert that will be in effect through tonight and into tomorrow, as we're going to have our first widespread snowfall event of the year, but also in the last 300 days, our longest stretch of weather that we've had here in Rhode Island without any measurable snowfall at TF Green. But we can already see here by looking through our People's Credit Union Skycam network live from the Coast Guard House restaurant in Narragansett. The snow coming down and the lights not necessarily coating anything just yet. That has to do more with the temperatures at the South Shore, where we're sitting right around 36 degrees. Once you get a little bit further inland and away from the water, that's when the temperatures quickly drop off and we're sitting between about 28 and 30 degrees. So some of this light snow that is coming across parts of interior Rhode Island will start to maybe stick to some of those surfaces a little quicker than what we're seeing at the coastline. But those scattered light snow showers will continue to be the case for just a little bit longer. But take a look at the swath of moisture that is going to be moving into southern New England. As we can see, all this snow will be progressing its way east as we go forward and into the early morning hours. And because of the storm system being a little bit more robust compared to what we were
doing the
seeing
weather now. I guess
earlier on
they're
today,
done.
We had to update our snowfall total,
I guess we're
bump
done
up
with
our
this.
totals
There's
to
no
about
new
2 to 4
information.
widespread across the region. Just north of us is going to be about a coating to 2 inches, and then maybe the Cape and the islands could be looking at
for
4 to 6, maybe
anything
even
on
4 to
X
8
that's
inches of snow
new.
out of
It's
this
just
event. So
nothing.
what that's going to look like over the next couple of hours here, we can see radar should fill in by about 1 o'clock. And then we're just going to have widespread
to
light
look for
snow
the gate and
continuing.
the footprints
Probably
of
not
the
going to be
snow,
categorized by moderate or heavy. It's going to be more of a duration type thing where as it continues to fall over several hours, it'll start to pile up slowly. Tomorrow morning, we're waking up at 6, 7 o'clock, temperatures in the 20s for almost everyone. So that snow will be sticking as it is coming down, and that will continue to be the case through the first half of the day. The other change in the forecast is the snow is going to linger just a little bit more into the afternoon. So for the Patriots game, we're anticipating that snow still to be coming down at the start. Should be wrapping up by halftime. Still, though, tracking some activity over the Cape and the islands before it finally departs.
Okay, finally something. Rachel Friedberg, a Brown economics professor, said the mass shooting happened in a review session for the final exam of her Principles of Economics course. She said she learned what happened from a teaching assistant who led the session. Friedberg herself was not present. The room has stadium seating with doors that enter at the top, Friedberg said. He said that the shooter came in the doors, yelled something, he couldn't remember what he yelled, and started shooting. Students started to scramble to try to get away from the shooter, trying to get lower down in the stadium seating, and people got shot. I don't know if they're the only ones who got shot or not. So a Keynesian did it.
Identifiable really about him beyond his clothing that he's wearing and his gait. Police are desperately at this hour trying to find him. We have more than 400 officers throughout Providence at this evening. There is still a shelter in place on the east side of Providence, and throughout Providence, the community really on edge at this hour.
This is such a tragedy, and it hits on a personal level. This is our community, and we have been so blessed up until this point. We have seen these mass shootings throughout the country, throughout the world, and now it has hit home at Brown University, where a gunman walked into a classroom where students were taking their final exams before they were supposed to go home with their families. Now 2 of them will not be going home with their families. Several have been injured. 8 have been shot. 1 other person was injured with shrapnel. Those people are at Rhode Island Hospital tonight. All of them are students at Brown University, with the exception of the one who was hit with shrapnel. We do not know about that person so far. There is a unification building set up for students. They have been boarding on buses, RIPTA. Several RIPTA buses have been taking them to the reunification building, and it is very important that they have a safe place to be, and that is exactly where they are tonight. Our coverage continues. Now, as soon as we find out any new information, we are going to be online, and we are going to be on the air to tell you about it. We are hoping, because this video has been released from the police now, that we have the suspect walking down the street. Maybe somebody will recognize him. People are checking their doorbell cameras. Police are canvassing that area, talking to the neighbors to see if they saw anything, to see if they have some video that they can share. As soon as we find out anything new, we will be on the air for you and let you know about this.
Thanks so much for watching NBC 10 News, this special edition throughout the evening. Saturday Night Live is up next.
Be safe, everyone.
Oh, time for Saturday Night Live, everybody. Well, I think that's all we're going to get tonight, guys. I think that's all we're going to get. Well, I told you guys last night that we would do something different tonight on stream, and we certainly did. We certainly did something a little different tonight than usual. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, where we'll do something else. Cold open on an econ classroom. Lynn, you want to play a quick game of Contexto? Texcano. Why don't we play a game of GeoGuessr and Contexto to end the night? We kind of played a little GeoGuessr earlier. Lunchbox, I stayed for Contexto. Lunchbox, we've determined that you're the jinx. Whenever you're in the chat, we do horribly. Whenever you're not in the chat, we do great. Florgun, what do you mean? We got Contexto in 13 guesses last night. It was a truly quick Contexto. All right, we'll do a GeoGuessr and then a Contexto. DJ Glitch, I got it the other night, jerkface. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. We tend to get it quicker when you're not here. I don't know, man. All right. Log in. All right. I still got to figure out the multiplayer. You guys got to get on this game with me and play some multiplayer. Campaign. Classic maps, right? Which one should we do? United States? World? Anyone know anything about Japan? Famous places? Antarctica. Antarctica. I'm surprised there isn't one. Should we just do Peru? US. World. I have 1 vote for US, 1 vote for world. 2 for... You've been to Japan twice? That's awesome. I've always wanted to go to Japan. Japan actually looks pretty cool. Japan seems cool. I've done some Southeast Asia, but that's the only Asia I've done. World. Okay, we've got 2 votes for world, 1 vote for US. All right, I'm just going to do a poll over on YouTube. Stroman, you lived there for 4 years? Are you trolling? US or world? Ask me about my balls wants UK. I don't think we should do UK. I don't think we should play UK. Go outside and turn around. Looks like US is gonna run away with it. Looks like US is gonna. Why are UK? You can do anywhere on Earth. Well, we're doing United States. We're doing United States. I should have added famous places on there, but we always really, really suck at famous places. I think they're a little liberal with the use of the word famous in famous places. All right, here we go. All right, where in the United States are we, guys? Cactus feed and supply. Cactus. I see some cacti. CBD for people and pets. License plates are blurred out. I mean, are we just in Arizona? What? We could be Phoenix. I was Devil's Raspberry. We could be in New Mexico. Could be in New Mexico. Tuval says California desert. Okay, we're getting some Arizona. I mean, we're clearly over in this area. But like, hang on. Alaska USA Financial Center. Maybe we're in Alaska. Maybe we're in Alaska. That's what I was thinking of VCO. They'd be doing real THC in California, so. You just added me as a friend on GeoGuessr? Man of low moral fiber. I'd be down. Some night this month, let's do some versus GeoGuessr. Not tonight. But I'm down to do that. I want to have like just a total game night one night where it's just all games. No politics, no fatigue, no bullshit, just games. What's the sign say? Roy Rogers Drive? Dewey Pest Control? Tucson? Does this give us anything? Maximum Bully? The mountain is the clue. What? Which mountain? That mountain? It's more of a hill. California desert, that's Victorville. Brock says Victorville, California. Tuvril says Victorville. Where's Victorville? Where is Victorville? Caesar says maximal bully is only used in Arizona. Brock Sampson says Valley Center Drive, Victorville, California. Okay, where's Victorville? I think there might have been some cheating happening here. But where the hell is Victorville? It's northeast of LA. Oh. Ah, I see you, Victorville. Wow, fantastic guess, guys. How did you know? How could you have possibly known this? Wow. I guess I could have gone in and found the actual street. Wow. So good, so good. Alright, now where are we at, huh? I'm not... We know our Victorville. Oh boy. Trucks, I question the 13 guest Contexto now. No, there was no cheating. I make sure there's no cheating in Contexto. I make sure of that. Brock, that literally could be anywhere. Everywhere USA. Let's see here. These trees are giving either south or north or northeast, northwest. That's a dogwood tree, right? Greenbridge? Wait, what area has signs like this? Greenbridge and Retsbury Court. Eden Brook and Greenbridge. Notice everything, St. Louis, Atlanta, North Texas, Michigan, Colorado maybe, Grand Junction, says Honking Rebel. I'm pretty sure it's not Tennessee. Fairly certain we're not in Tennessee. I really have no clue though. This one ain't easy. Southeast? I don't think southeast. I really don't. I could be wrong. Man, a little more fiber. I'm kind of thinking New England area as well. Fractal Gut says Arkansas, Oklahoma. This really could be anywhere. This is crazy. I do kind of think East Coast though. I'm gonna go northeast. I'm gonna say, fuck, I don't know. We're gonna be so off. Ah, it was North Carolina. It's Charlotte? Fuck. I almost went with the North Carolina guess. I almost did. Come on, Brock, you should have known this one. Greenbridge Drive, Matthews, North Carolina. Right outside Charlotte. Right outside Charlotte. It's always North Carolina. Yeah, whenever we don't guess North Carolina, it's North Carolina. Idaho, North Carolina. Well, alright. We didn't do so hot on that one. North Carolina! These are some gorgeous trees. These trees are cool as shit. I really like these trees. I'm a big fan of these trees. Well, we're definitely in the ghetto somewhere. Hey, look, you always guess Tennessee. I don't think this is Tennessee. Well, if I guessed Tennessee on the last one, I would have been a hell of a lot closer. Okay, we've got Oregon, South Dakota, Ohio. Oh, you saw solar panels? Where? Ah, solar panels, yes. Somewhere sunny. Kimba says, does look like Ohio. Gutter sidewalks, which means rain. Once again, in chat, you guys are all over the place too. I'm seeing some northwest, some south. No face, Washington State. It's not Oregon. I'm in Oregon. We don't have that variety of trees. Hongan Rebel's gonna guess Dallas. I don't think it's Florida. Suburb of St. Louis. I think everyone just thinks it looks like near where they live. I recognize that particular chemtrail. I saw it the other day. North Carolina. What's on the porch by the red truck? A chair, some flowers. These people care about their lush greenery. Fuck it. I'm going Midwest. Going Midwest. It was Denver. It's Denver. Aurora, Colorado. Did anyone even say Colorado this time? Tennessee. Someone said Colorado last time. Denver, Washington, I was right. Next. Like the omelet? Now this does look like Tennessee. I think we're in the South now. Wait, Old St. Augustine Road in Pineview. Is this Florida? Are we in Florida? This is a sneaky Florida. Tallahassee. Damn. It is Florida. It is Florida. St. Augustine threw us off. No swamps, no swamps. Valentine's could be North Florida. Well, it is North Florida, so good job. This is our last one. Yep, round 505. Midwest, very flat. I see no mountains anywhere. Very flat. What do we think here? Kansas. Kansas. Nebraska, Missouri, New Mexico. Looks very dry. North Texas. Could be North Texas. Could be in this area. New Mexico, West Texas. Breaking Bad neighborhood. I'm gonna go right here because this kind of puts us right in that area where it is. No, I'm not gonna do Colorado. Let's do right here. Not North Texas. I think West Texas, like down here. You guys want me to go like down here? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I should have gone more north. We should have gone Kansas. We should have just gone. I should have just done Kansas. We knew it was Kansas. What else would it be? It's fucking flat. Nowhereville. Liberal Kansas. Liberal Kansas. Should have known. Boringville, Kansas. Caesar, yo, does Oklahoma border 6 states? Does it? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it does. Travis Swift, Kansas. Nah, they live over here in Overland Park area. They're over here in Kansas. Opposite side. Alright. Well, we did great on the first one. It was such a great guess. You all did so good. Alright. Alright, that's enough. That's enough GeoGuessr for the night. We'll do a quick contexto, then we'll call it an evening. Twofold, none of this 13 guess BS this time. Oh, the game we played last night that we got in 13 was actually the game that was from my birthday earlier this year. So, thank you guys for doing well on that one. I'm gonna go further back. I'm gonna do a random one from this month that I'm not gonna tell you guys. Alright, what are we starting with? Lunchbox is in the chat. We always start with Lunchbox when he's in the chat. I don't know why. It jinxes us every time. Terrible. Terrible. We could do Shooter. It was much better than Lunchbox. Economics. Okay. Hey, we're doing better and better every time. Active. Whoa! Tuval! Active was great. Active was good. Hang on. Hang on. I'm gonna let the chat catch up. Active was good. What should we do? Like, yeah, gym. I like gym. No. No. Bad. Physical. School. Class. How is like school active shooter? Great. Fit. Okay, why is school? So building. School. School. Play. University. Learn. Exam. Recess. No. Track. Sport. Fish. Library. Already did that. Tag. Not ta- what is TAF? It's bullshit. It doesn't let me use words like drug or weed, which are actual words that don't always mean the bad thing, but it lets me use TAF. Study. Prison. College. Apple. Theater. Teach. Did I do fish? No. Oh yeah, math. Student. Okay, school is still our best answer. Book. Team. Learn. Professor. Daycare. Playground. I don't hate it. Now I hate it. Water. Yeah, I feel like we need to like get off this for a second and try to find something else to connect it. Dance. Tutor. Activity. Human. Education. Art. Drill. Work. Okay. Okay, we're more at work than we are at school. Paper. Stapler. No. Security. Campus. Football. Young Steve, check out the CAPTCHA game. Home. What's put that on a tab. All right, room. Break. I think we did teacher already. Theory. Stripper. I think we did book. Yeah. Occupation. War. Work. Office. Intern. Secretary. Life? Huh! Okay, work, life, school. Interesting, Tufrel. Summer. Ah! Vacation? Remote. Summer, work, life, school. Faculty. Money. Janitor? Progress. Balance. I like it. No. Career. Death. That's true, Jarvis. Ah! Taxes? I think we did break. Yeah. I think we did vacation. Yeah. Graduation? Graduate? Day. Whoa! Ask me about my balls. What were you thinking? Day. Day was good. Day was good. Time? For once, time is actually helpful. Month? Oh, year. 75 guesses. And I got it this time. Thanks to Ask Me About My Balls. Thanks to his day guess. Not bad. Not bad. 75, not great. Not great. But not bad. Not bad. Closest words. Year, month, since, week, last, day, decade, past, ago, 5-3. 5-3? What? What? What the hell do 5 and 3? What are they doing on here? DJ Lunchbox, I get a new lunchbox every year. 5-year plan, 3-year plan. Okay, late already. Next, 6-1. No, what? Previous early spend still even come. Dayman, 6-7. 3-6-5, I guess. 3-5. Okay, 3-6-5. 365 days in a year. Okay. That's good, Devil's Raspberry. It's not bad. What's this CAPTCHA game you were talking about? Is it this one? I'm not a robot? I'm not a robot. Okay. Select all the squares with a stop sign. Does it count that is the sign? Or no? Enter the text below. YHRPCD. I mean, is it literally just CAPTCHAs? Is that all it is? Robbie Smith, play Leprechaun vid. Which Leprechaun vid? Vegetable. Oh god, probably some of these are vegetables that I don't know are vegetables. I mean, is Potato Man a vegetable? Is one of these not a vegetable? There we go. DJ Lunchbox, he's stealing your info. Okay. Reassemble the intersection? What do you mean reassemble it? Oh. Oh. What? How's that not it? How the fuck is that not it? Oh, is it? Okay. Duh. Alright, duh. To win at tic-tac-toe? Fuck. If I don't go first, how do I... Oh, okay, okay. Select all the squares with a stop sign and bike. Okay, sign. Oh, stop sign, okay. Bike. Enter the perpetrator's license plate. Why am I just doing captions? What is this game? Does it have to be capital? Revolution Blues should have had a picture of you with the rest of the vegetables. What? Select all the squares with a stop sign? Oh. Is this gonna start being like enraging at some point? I guess those technically have it too. Select all the squares with a mole. Okay. God damn it! Find Waldo. You're stuck on level 30? Alright. Well, we're already on level 11. Let's get to level 30. Alright, where's Waldo? Anyone see Waldo? What if Waldo's just not in the photo? Select all the squares with Waldo. What if he's just not there? Damn. He's right there. Shut up. Shut up, Fractal Ninja. Grid E6. Jay, I don't know any of their names. Right? That guy could be named Waldo for all I fucking know. What do I know? What if he's underwater? Am I really going to have to go square by square? Right side? Right side, right below chat? What do you mean right below chat? Right side. Next to the teal blanket. A little to the left, down 3 by the lady with the stripes. Down 3. Oh, there he is. Okay, I see him. Got it. Got it. Select all the squares with a chihuahua. Okay, chihuahua, 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 chihuahua. I think. Okay, that one was easy. Traffic light. Ah, is it because it's just those two, really? No Face, I was just, well, No Face, you were just fucking with me and I still somehow found it based on your bullshit instructions. That's hilarious. Oh, wait, I gotta make the screen back to normal size. I guess it didn't really matter much. Actually, I guess I should just leave it big so you guys can see it. Just the light. Traffic light. Oh, without a traffic light. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, so wait. There we go. Without. Yeah, if I do how to read, you guys know I don't know how to read. Jay, yeah, one of those read all the instructions before finishing this tests. Yeah. Okay. Affirmations. What? Like, okay, I'm a smart fridge. I'm an autocorrect algorithm. What? You just gotta see them all. Austin getting locked out of his Gmail account circa 2025. Three below the wrong guess. I'm not a robot? Oh, okay. Got it. Park the Waymo in the spot. Use the arrow keys to drive. Alright. Okay. It's not super easy, but... Park the Waymo in the spot. What? Shit. Yeah, why can't it park itself? Notice this is how he actually drives in real life. Alright, I'm gonna have to gun it. Fuck! It's not easy driving with the arrows. Fuck you! That was so close. Youngstein, wait, this is how Waymos are actually operated. It's by people playing this game. I'm operating a real Waymo right now. I should have gone back there. Yes! Suckers. What?! Bro, I'm in the spot. I am in this spot. I don't give a shit. That is good enough. Can't park there. Over the line. Okay, now I'm good, right? Okay, okay. Enter the text below. 8CWSHE. Alright. Draw a circle that is 94% accurate. Draw a circle around this. Too close to dot? Okay. Oh, around this. What, around the whole thing? This is gonna not be easy. Alright, that was close. Too close to dot. No face, we're gonna be here till 5 a.m., aren't we? For this circle one, probably. Okay. Okay. Alright, I think the trick is... Oh, come on! 93.6? Come on! That rounds up to 94. I don't even know what to say there. I think I do need to refresh it every time. Oh, you're right, I don't. Fine. Oh my god. Oh my god, yes! Haha! Oh, it has to be exactly 94? No fucking way. That's not... Oh, or wait. Okay, never mind. Alright. I have to hit verify. Thank God. Jay, we're not grading on a curve here. Well, actually, it's exactly what we're doing. Alright. Fire hydrant. Please select all squares with a fire hydrant. I mean, what's the trick here? Oh, that's one. Enter the text below. One, 9, 8. Is that, what is that? Oh. V. Is that an I or a J? I198V? Or J? J198V? Maybe it's an I? Or is it just a 1? 19VJ8? J198V. I tried that. I tried I198V. Is that a U? No, it's a U, it's not a V. Yes. Yes, yes. Haha. Describe what you see. A bat? Fuck. Pussy. How does it know what I see? Describe what you see. What do you guys see? Mothman? What? Caesar. What? The hell? Select items to craft a diamond pickaxe. I never played Minecraft, so you nerds in the chat are going to have to help me out with this one. Where are my nerds in the chat? What do I do? Wood block, plank, sticks. Have I fucked this up already? Refresh. Okay. Literally, what do I do? You're gonna have to tell me exactly what to do here. Make a pickaxe shape. Diamond, diamond across top. Like a T. Oh. So. Diamond, diamond, diamond. How do I... Oh, okay, I see. Aha. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Then... like that. You need sticks first, though. Okay. How do I get sticks? Right click to drop. Do I have to take these back out? Delete system 32. Okay. I see. Now I've got oak planks. Then what? Do I put these here? Make sticks. Oak button. Do I just put like one here? One there? Planks to sticks. Plank on top of plank. Aha! Why was that so fucking hard? Select all the ducks? What the hell? Alright, that one was easy. Find the couple kissing. Oh, dear God. This is insane. They're gonna be like on the roof or something. Aha. Smart. Full screen it. Huh. It's close to the camera, look low. It's like close to here. This one's gonna take forever. There they are left. Gay butt sex in the porta potty by the old people. Left by the old people. The problem is you're like 15 seconds behind me, so I don't know where that was. By the old people. Aha! Yes. So now what do I do? Got it. Please type the letters in the last row. E, D, F, C, Z, P. All right. Please complete the eye exam. 8. I'm not colorblind. Type the number of dots in the image. 0. Wait, what? Huh? Is it 35? Oh, there's one missing. 34. Okay. Yeah, I knew there had to be a trick there, so there's one missing. Which 3.14. Which square is a different color? Is one of these like slightly darker? What if I just try every fucking one? Yeah, top right. That was gonna be the last one I fucking tried, of course, until chat said it. Express yourself. Austin colorblind confirmed. Jay, I thought about it. Must use all the tools for this one. I mean, I just tried that. Okay. Oh, do I have to like change the colors even? Okay, I had to change the color. Got it. Oh, not this shit again. Oh, I'm gonna have to fucking parallel park? Fuck! Should I try it from this way? Ooh, that's so good. shit. Oh, shit. You had to say it, Lynn. Fuck! This might be the quitting spot for tonight. Fuck you, dude. Why didn't you... You hit me. That's on you, man. I didn't hit you. You hit me. We're on level 26. No! Alright. I'm calling it a night on this one. This one's gonna take a minute. We'll start here tomorrow night. Goodbye, guys. You didn't signal, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Peace out. Goodbye. If I just come back to this, will it start me on level 26? Or do we have to go through all that shit again? I guess we'll find out. Let's see what happens if I close out and then come back in. Okay, cool. It starts me back here. It starts me back here. Alright, guys. Hung out. Goodbye. Oh, wait, I gotta fix the screen. I gotta fix the screen here. I don't want to have to do that tomorrow night. Good enough. Nope, not good enough. Good enough. Goodbye. All right, I'm deleting all my cookies, Caesar. Deleting every cookie. Goodbye.